What's wrong with you people? Hey, it's not polite to make conversation of a man getting rid of yesterday's food. It is kind of funny, though. Ronnie Roberts, always. I like to look back into what I've just done and marvel at the potential. I mean, it takes a while to process a solid when it goes and stays long and large, even in the toilet bowl. How did we get into the subject matter? You guys started this, man. And I was sitting there making money moves, exactly. This is sick. Wait. Hey, Ronnie Roberts, you like Lady G, huh? Anyway, I tell you, fam, as we get closer toward the time when these deals are going to be made, which is coming up in a few days, it's just like Cool was saying last few minutes ago in his GM presentation. There's no such thing as league tampering. These guys talk all the time. I bet they do, too. They just make it official in the combine, and conversations are printed, and media and websites start putting things up that people have said. And the league sort of just turns a blind eye. Well, it's not time yet when you're not allowed to do this, but we're not going to say anything now. So there's going to be a lot of conversations coming out of the combine. And it's going to have something to do with, of course, that one Antonio Brown, everybody's favorite little bad boy. Hey, is he everybody's favorite little bad boy, or is it OBJ who's not getting a lot of attention right now? Did you notice that? OBJ's getting attention, but it's not like Antonio Brown. I guess because Antonio Brown has other things going on besides just what's going on between him and the Steelers, and that draws a little extra attention. But suddenly, here's the thing with us. Suddenly Kyle Shanahan's credo, brought up from last season regarding player personnel, has been challenged. Because you see, when Kyle said that last year, there was no Antonio Brown around. See what I did there? There was no Antonio Brown around. I need to get credit for that. And there was no OBJ. Well, there was an OBJ. And the 49ers were going after him hardcore last year. So Shanahan's quote is saying, I do not mind overpaying for character. Guys who are going to come in and work, who compete on the practice field, who can handle being coached, who aren't coming in extremely sensitive and not putting themselves above anyone else. It almost sounds as if Antonio Brown was not in the mix last year. It almost sounds like he's talking exactly like Antonio. But remember, he said this a year ago. That's the hard thing about free agency. If you're bringing an entitled guy, it hurts your team. Ooh, and there's more. He goes on to say it always starts with guys who are going to help you win. But I just feel through experience, you'll learn that not one guy is really ever worth it if he's going to hold people back. And so if you want to bring in someone real talented when you're trying to change something, who doesn't have the right attitude, as soon as you lose a couple of games in a row, that person's going to make it very hard. That sounds a little bit for me like, I think that took place in Pittsburgh. Last year they had a couple of really weird losses, and then suddenly all hell broke loose. You know what, though? The Steelers are not used to that. And, that may have had a little bit to do with that, too. But Antonio played his part in making things a little nastier than they, probably should have been. Also, and there's a tiny bit more, guys can pretend to trick you. But when adversity hits, you're going to find out who people really are. You add that to the fact that the Steelers are saying things that the media isn't as of today. Kevin Colbert, the Steelers GM, he's coming out now. Here comes the pitch. Here comes the rhetoric. Here comes that stuff to make every GM say, well, we're not really prepared to give up all that. We thought that you guys wanted to get rid of Antonio Brown. No. Kevin Colbert, I think he's bluffing a little bit, though. You got to play the chess. You got to hold those cards because, man, you're playing poker, man. Here comes Kevin Colbert. Kevin says teams have reached out we've had, I'd say, 3 teams, throw an arbitrary number out, have touched base with us, and we'll see where that grows. I think it will continue to grow. Right now, the one thing that doesn't change is Antonio Brown and his value as a football player. You know, Kevin, I believe you were a little pissed off the other day. You didn't think that nice about him. Not only to use, but what we could do for somebody else. I'm not going to talk about what we're expecting. You don't have to, Kevin. It sounds like we've already figured that one out. Of course, if you're going to subtract that player from your team, you'd better have compensation that justifies that. That's what we're seeking. We're open to a trade, but again, if it doesn't benefit us, I've already told Antonio he ain't running no deals on his own out there for you and your lawyer, Mr. Rosenhaus, to shut the hell up. We'll handle it from here. And Antonio, you can also shut the hell up because you're ruining your trade value. See, it comes to money, people have to get mad. You know what I'm saying? He says, if all else, we won't do it. And I guess, again, if it doesn't benefit the Steelers, they're not going to do it. You believe that? They want Antonio out there as bad as they want Le'Veon Bell. And Le'Veon Bell, I saw a photo of him. Somebody said he looks like he weighs 300 pounds. He does. It was all up in his neck and face. I said, what happened to Le'Veon Bell? Oh, God. And suddenly players like Terrell Williams and Golden Tate become more of what may be possible, fam. I got to tell you, regarding receivers out of free agency, and also paging all college wide receiver star Hakeem DK. I mean, Debo, are you ready? Because I'm telling you, fam, honestly, the city by the bay may be filled up with up-and-coming stars. It's like I've always firmly believed since Kyle Shanahan demonstrated what his offense could do when he's got all the guys in place that he wants in place and knows what he's going to do with them. Everybody believes wholeheartedly the number one receiver is key. But unless that number one receiver is a guy like Julio Jones, a number one receiver is not going to get any more burn than a number 2 receiver. Hell, he may not get even as much burn as a number 3 receiver. If George Kittle's hot and he's got a fish, Kyle's going to work that until it works out. If that number one receiver is running downfield, getting people out of the way, that's what will be his job. He is not going, the ball is not going to be forced into no number one receiver. And you know, if you know Kyle Shanahan, he's never going to do that. So as I say, Jimmy G, looking around, spreading the ball out to 9 or 10 different receivers in one game, and that's what Kyle Shanahan calls success. Maybe not too much emphasis be placed on that. But if you want a guy that can come in and play the game, now you got to know your role. Your role is to be as good as you are. But don't walk around here throwing your hands up and having temper tantrums on the sideline because maybe George Kittle missed a pass that you should have been thrown to you. That won't work. So they're gonna figure these guys out. They're gonna pick their brain and see, are you a team player or are you a me player? Because we ain't looking for no me's. We want T's. And he let me do the questioning on these guys when they come in. I will give you a session with Ronbo, and then he'll make a decision as to whether you should be put on this team or not. Well, I'll work his butt, boy. I tell you what, God, when you're walking in a crosswalk, and you see 2 people standing next to you that are in front of you, do you barge through them and knock them down nearly? Or do you allow them to walk first? If there's an old lady out in front of you and you're in a hurry, do you let that little lady go first and you'll nearly knock her down as well? You're standing at a taxi stand and there's another kid there, looks like he's about 12 years old, maybe less, and he waves a taxi down to you, run in front of him and say, hey, kid, I'm Antonio Brown. Step out the way. I'll take this taxi. You take the next one. Please respond. I can see Antonio Brown. Who the hell are you? That's Avatar said, what? My name is Jimmy D. Ronbo at the massage parlor. Looking for that happy ending? Never would I do that. Peter Gorman says Marky Mark wants to buy the Patriots. Oh, I heard about that a while back. That's funny. Nothing to do with 49ers, but funny. I wonder if he's serious. Big homie in there. What's up, fam? William Rivera. Fluffy Ninja is in the house. Oh, that's really his other name. Fluffy Ninja in the house. Niners! Don't get me started. Rashad Johnson, can I get a shout out? Rashad! Sup, fam? Ronnie Roberts says, hey, hope all is well, my Niner nutty buddy. Hey, what do you think about giving up our first round pick for Julio? Would do this. Julio's been in Kyle's system. He knows what's going on. That's what I'm talking about. Can everybody be Julio's mindset? Julio's got mad skills, but can they also be, can they think like Julio? And grabbing it, wait, oh, let me finish that. And grabbing a top edge rusher in the draft. Oh, a dream come true. Julio and a top edge rusher in the draft. We could just, from that point on, you could just get the best player available. You know, if you could get Josh Hoxton to add to it, I'd be happy with that, though. Ronbo! TMZ has reported they saw you at the strip club with Eric Armstead. Hey, you know, one of the reasons why nobody wants to see Eric Armstead leave this team is because of his world-class girlfriend, right? See, if Eric is down at the strip club, he'd be blowing it because everybody find out about, hey, Eric, man, you through with your girlfriend? What? What are you doing down here, man? Oh, I thought you meant, he said with Eric Armstead, he meant with an Eric Armstead jersey. My bad. I mean, hey, you know, it's so funny because as much as I talk about Eric Armstead, I don't have number 91 in my collection yet, do I? You know what? If he's on the team next year, I might have to go ahead and do that to justify my support, huh? Y'all think you think Eric Armstead may be coming back to this team. He's $9,000. Now, if the 49ers let that go, the 49ers could be approaching $80 million. Now, that depends on, if the 49ers have something going with the OBJ, Eric Armstead's finished. They will not pick up that $9 million. Antonio Brown, I'm not sure about. This gets so much interesting, doesn't it, before the days of the reckoning come? Pedro Casina! Ándale, epa, arriba, hija. I wish I had Speedy's. Wish we could have, if Speedy Gonzalez could play wide receiver. Wouldn't we be on it? I'm telling you, man. Pedro! That's why I love growing up in Salinas, California, man. All my compadres, Latinos. Notice I said Latinas first. No, I did. I really did. Junior high was crazy. I was in love every day. You got to go to Washington Junior High School. So, I forgot. I almost got the flag thrown. Okay. Shh. You never heard me say a word. Okay. Jeff Ronbo Sports. Antonio Brown, great targeting. Antonio Brown, target landing. Spot Vegas has 49ers and Steelers as favorites. Bill Simmons predicts that he will be a 49er as well. Could be. Aries 9 says, Bill Culo. I'm sorry. Bill Cola says, let's go. Bill. Bob Munner, sup fam? And Nikita Lum says, what's up to the Niner Empire? This is who I would go out there. If I was the Niners, the young receiver from the Los Angeles Chargers, Anthony Barr, and the Honey Badger. Yeah, hey, people need to take Tyrell Williams seriously. I think Shanahan is. See, because whereas Hakeem, DK, and all these guys look like real promising superstars, Tyrell's actually got the capability to carry the team. Do you know he's as fast as Julio? You know that, did you? The dude is a badass. I don't know if the 49ers are going to get him or not, though. I really don't. Oh, I guess I better put on my ears. I think I'm ready. Oh, hey, Dean! Come on in, Dean! Dean. Dean. Dean could be putting away the kids. Everybody caught him. Dean's probably telling a bedtime story. Okay, guys. Once upon a time, there was a team called
What's
San
up,
Francisco.
Ronbo?
Oh, hey, Dean. Dean, I thought you were
What
there telling
up?
the kids a bedtime story. I was getting ready. I was getting ready to tell one, and I knew your bedtime story would have to include the 49ers in Super Bowl. See, 55, 54 is coming up there. The Super
Oh
Bowl
yeah.
55, right? It
Yep.
could be
Yep. That's
54,
right.
Dean. It could be. You never know. But
We'll
what are you
see,
thinking
man.
tonight?
I mean, so well, since you're talking about Antonio Brown, I guess I'll start off there. He's so I added him on Instagram, and so I watch all of his videos and stuff that he posts, and man, he's scaring me, man. He's going crazy, like,
No.
and then like calling him Mr. Chest or whatever, like.
Yeah.
I, I don't know. And then I have a friend that's a Steelers fan, and he was just like poison for them the last like 3 years.
Really?
I mean, except for like making the
3
plays and
years?
stuff, but just like just the locker room, like just everything that he did, just like I don't know if I want that in our locker room because our locker room is great right now. You know, everyone's on point and stuff, and everyone's getting along. I want to keep that going. You know,
I agree.
so.
And he's 31. Is he gonna be able to adapt and change his ways enough? They even said that Sherm was becoming a pain in the locker room, but he had a beef. Dean, maybe if players are unhappy, they tend to be a problem in the locker room. If they're not unhappy, they're probably okay. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell in this.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking through free agency though today, and a wide receiver that I would love to have is Robbie Anderson. He's in free agency. Dude is 6'3". He's fast. Dude, he can catch. Like I would not be mad if we got Robbie Anderson. He would fit like the Niners like scheme so well too because he's like super fast. He can hit those slants. Like I feel like he'd be a really good pickup if we didn't get Antonio Brown. I mean, the only reason why he doesn't have so much hype is he had Josh McCown as a quarterback and then fucking Sam Darnold. You know?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of wide receivers get a lot of flack because of the quarterback. That's why I said when we got rid of Vance McDonald, if Jimmy would have had Vance, it would be the same as Roethlisberger. Vance McDonald all of a sudden became a machine when he got to Pittsburgh. I said,
Yeah, see, and I could see that with Robbie Anderson, man. The kid is a stud. I think he's like 21, 22. Like, I remember watching him play in college, too, and he was just electric. Like, I feel like Shanahan can do really great stuff with him.
Yeah.
So, if we don't get Antonio Brown or Odell, like, I mean, I feel like he'd be a great fit.
Yeah, I really, and Odell's 26. I like Odell because it gives us a little extra time. Say if we are lacking maybe 1 to 2 pieces this year, let's say if we get all the way to the second round of the playoffs, then you know that this team, everybody's on board the following year, including OBJ. But then Antonio will be going into his 30. He'll be 32 by the time we get to that next level. It worries me. I understand he takes great care of himself, and he's probably got at least 3 seasons left in him. But can you be sure of that? That's the only thing.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing I wanted to point out real quick too is everyone hating on John Lynch, man. Like saying that he's a pussy and stuff, dude.
I know.
What are you guys talking about, man? Okay, he extended Marquise Goodwin for like till 2021 last year. He signed Richard Sherman. He signed Jerick McKinnon. He signed that center Weston Richburg for like a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he made so many moves. Like, you guys are insane.
Yeah. He didn't make the moves they want. They tried to get Khalil, and people think he lied about trying to get Khalil Mack. But you know what? I got to tell you, Dean, now that it's over, I don't want to see Khalil Mack getting paid as much as my quarterback. I mean, don't cash strap the team and coming off the edge. I mean, you're valuable, but I need some of this money to get some other players to make this team win. And if I'm paying you and Jimmy $270,000 between just $270 million between just the two of you, the hell? I mean, I could draft the kid.
Exactly, and he knew that there was going to be like a bunch of edge rushers in this next draft too, which is why he drafted McGlinchey last year. Like I think everyone was stunned with that pick.
Yeah, everybody was.
They knew what was coming up next year, though. You know, they're like, you know what? Let's just wait till next year. Let's get our quarterback protected, which didn't work.
Well, you know what though? It wasn't the protection, dude. It was Jimmy went hero on us all of a sudden. Jimmy, step out of bounds. There's an offensive lineman over here to help you. Step out of bounds. Dean, all he had to do was step out of bounds, and we went at the season.
It was so crazy too. It didn't even look like he got hurt that bad, and then all of a sudden, I wake up in the morning, turn on the NFL, just like, oh, Jimmy
Torn
G out for
ACL, just like we did.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. We just had some bad luck last year.
Well, yeah. There's some lessons learned. Jimmy knows he's not going to do that again. So, you know, we'll see what happens next. My God.
Yeah, no more running, Jimmy. No more running.
Oh, he knows.
Stay in that pocket, bro.
He knows. I think they made him sign some affidavits, in fact. Don't you ever do that again. Sign right here, Jimmy. I'm telling you right now. You do that again.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Man. Dean, look at one more thing. Dean, I interrupted you so much. You got one more point you want to make? We got to get off the phone, though. And we got to see you tomorrow or Sunday.
All right, real quick, I got a question for you. What would you want for Robbie Gould?
For Robbie Gould,
what would you give them?
We had the GM just a little while ago show tonight. I tell Robbie, listen, Robbie, I'm going to give you $20 million for the next 3 years, $15 million guaranteed, Robbie, and I'm going to give you some incentives. Every time if you hit a game-winning field goal, I'm going to add another $1.5 million to that. Every time. Robbie, what if you do that 5 or 6 times? You're going to add to a third to that. So you stand to come out next year to a $30 million man at the end of this contract deal. Why would you want to go back to Chicago? And I heard what you said, you want to be on a winning team. But with you out there, we're going to be a winning team. I just tell him the truth. Don't BS him.
Yeah.
And how can he say no to that deal? Man.
I know, exactly. It sucks, too, because I've been seeing a bunch of stuff of him being in Chicago and doing golf in Chicago.
I know. He really wants to go.
Anyways, Ronbo. Man, I'll get going, but shout out to the and the Rams. The Rams suck. That's all I got.
It feels good to say that, doesn't it? I say it all the time. They do. It's a nice thing to say. All right, Dean. Say goodnight to the kids for me. Don't get ready to put them to sleep. If they're not, are they already asleep? Dean gone? Okay. Anyway, I just want to sing a song for the Rams. Bésame, bésame culo. Oh, bésame. Yeah, hey, Rams, you know what? You guys are going down next year. I'm telling you, man. I can't wait to play. And Rudy, man, you know, man, you came here talking all. Wait, what? This week. Okay. Hey, Okie Liner, what's up, man? Okie Liner says we go all out in free agency. Calling it now. 1 major trade plus 2 major free agents. Yeah. Ha. Anything goes says, hell no, not going to give up a first for AB. I know, you know, that's going too far. And I ain't giving up no first, and I'm not giving up the second round and a second round next year. If I have to give up a second round, I give up a second round this year, but that's it, you know. AB and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're doing the Pittsburgh Steelers a favor. They don't want him over there. He doesn't want to be over there. What are they going to do, keep him? They can't keep him. And really, at some point, if they can't get a deal that they want, they'd have to release him or give him to us for that second-round pick. John Lynch needs to play hardball with the Steelers if you really want AB. Katie 216 says, did you say grew up in Salinas, California? Yeah. Yeah. Lived on North Main Street as a kid. We moved out from Baranda. Ah, yeah. Went to Santa Lucia Junior High School, went to Washington Junior High School, and I was a Salinas High Cowboy. You know, it's bad. After growing up, I never did like the Cowboys. I didn't appreciate our team. I made fun about it when I was a kid. You can't do that, though, when you're in high school because the other guys on the team don't appreciate it. What, you don't appreciate the Cowboys? No, I just mean, I wish our name was different. Okay. Here's your kid, you can work it out, though. Oh, Danny goes to the L's. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. Are you a Salinas, California, too? Yeah. Down here, Empire 31, Salas. I rarely get back home, though. But, I think you guys have an event. We talk later, okay? Alonzo Pierce Williams from the Chargers balls out. I'd be happy with him. Mosley and Flowers as our big FA moves. These sound big, too. He says, I want a day Lou says, can I get a Niners? He says, yeah, always love your show, Ronbo. I'm addicted, fam, Niner faithful since 1976 out of Spokane, Washington. But I grew up in the Bay, San Mateo. Well, I love San Mateo. San Mateo's that little quiet spot away from all the big cities. It's kind of cool. No president, though, man. That's a hard job. Rod Manham says, do the 49ers really need a AB or OBJ? See, that's what I'm saying. Don't spend too much on this now. The way Jimmy G handles a rock, a mid-tier wide receiver would help stretch the offense. That's where I'm at. That's why don't be spending way too much now. Stevens Cortez is up, Ronbo and 49 Faithful. So what's up with Cassius Marsh? Why does no one talk about him? And I'm from East LA. It's funny how the Rams are not around anymore, but there's way more 49ers. Yeah, Cassius Marsh, right? Because I like Cassius. I want to keep him on his depth, if nothing else. Keep him in a rotational situation. Cassius Marsh is not a bad football player. I don't think so. I like him. He's a cool guy. Yeah. Bring him on in here. James out of the Garden State. Jersey. James. Ooh, hey, are we going to change James' name to Jersey James?
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, James. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Thank God for another day in the land of the living.
There you go. James, I need a little more volume on it, James. You got your speakerphone or what's going on? Or speaker, whatever.
Hold on a second. I was talking a little low. All right. Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah. I agree with that first caller, Dean. I'm not on that AD train either, man. I mean, it's this guy is, another caller summed it up the other night when you were on, and he made a valid point because through all the drama, even if I had that kind of money, and was superstar wide receiver in the NFL, you couldn't pay me to throw no ornament out of a 14-story window.
That is amazing. He's a strong little man. Damn.
I'm telling you, and he's also got some psychological issues. Like, you threw that thing out that window.
Could have killed somebody.
It's people walking up and down the street like it ain't no tomorrow, and you could care less because you're pissed off because your child's mother asked you for some money to get the baby's hair done, or whatever the baby needed. She needed some help, and because she put her foot in the door and wouldn't let him close the door, I guess when he said no, I guess that started the whole situation that took place. But like I said, I will say this much, man. I do believe with Garoppolo coming back and the players that we already got on this team, and we got some younger emergers and Dante Pettis, Richie James, of course, Kendrick Bourne going into his third year, Trent Taylor coming back off back surgery, should play a lot better, be a lot healthier, hopefully, as well as even Stephen Dunbar. You understand? So at the end of the day, I look at it like, you know, we've got we've got enough talent, and then let's not forget, in Shanahan's offense, those running backs are basically considered receivers from the play design that he puts in the playbook. So if you ask me, I mean, and the Steelers are saying that, you know, Kevin Colbert stated the other day or yesterday, I believe, it could have been today, that he's, you know, they're looking for quite a hefty, you know, trade value. They're wanting some
Yeah. What is
first round draft picks,
he
and
talking
that's
about?
crazy
Lost his
because
mind.
nobody is going to give you no first round draft pick period for
I
Antonio.
mean, nobody.
He's going all on Twitter. You know, I'm chess man and I'm crazy man, and you want me, you know, just come and get me. And I mean, he's
I mean,
really
you get
he's
really get
really
to know
scaring
him,
me with this stuff,
James.
man.
We're getting really get to know him like we didn't want to know. I don't want to know AB like this much. I like
I'm
what I
trying to
knew
tell
about him
you,
before. Now we know a little too much about him. AB's out
you
of his.
know,
He's crazy.
last year when when a lot of the stuff started, remember he had went on social media and was live streaming a meeting that like the game plan meeting that they were,
Oh, out
you
of the
know,
locker room.
yeah,
Yeah.
out of the locker room, live streaming this, and then was like, yeah, it was my bad. You know, I got to do better, and I apologize to my team and you know all the fans in Pittsburgh and everything. You know, you you you've got something going on upstairs. Now the ornament throwing lets me know that he need more than just counseling, man. He does.
Oh.
Counseling ain't gonna get it for him because he needs more than that. And I'm looking at it like this, you know. I mean, extremely talented, yes, he is. But one thing we've been able to do, even with not 2018, but 2017, when we lost those 9 games in a row, there was no in-house fighting or bickering. You understand? They continued to hold it together as a team. And Shanahan did that. Okay. With the players he had at that time and a very sorry quarterback in Brian Hoyer. And he held it together through the 9 losses. And then we started CJ and we won a game. And we looked good for a minute with CJ after Hoyer got hurt. And then CJ got hurt.
And James, you know what? That piggybacks off of what he said. He says if you lose a couple of games in a row, that's when it becomes real hard when you bring in those entitled type people. You know,
That's
see,
right.
because they'll say if you give me the ball more often, we'd be better off.
Right.
Yeah, here comes
And
that. Yeah,
that's something we don't need to have happen right now with the young nucleus of players we got. And believe me, when he was winning in Pittsburgh, man, they were one happy team. I mean,
yeah,
he's flying in helicopters all to the preseason games
I
and training camp.
know.
And
Oh,
you understand,
God.
got some of them old Amish limousine services and stuff, driving them to the team facility and a horse and
Yeah,
carriage and all that.
it
Yeah,
got real lavish.
yeah. So
That has
now,
nothing to do with football.
mhm.
Ah,
and
man.
and two things started to happen after they had the disappointing year last year when Jesse James, the big tight end, got right there at the goal line, and that touchdown got called back. That kept him, I believe it was against the Ravens, that kept him from going to the playoffs. Okay.
Oh yeah, he didn't make it
And
across the goal line. Yeah, I remember that play.
no, he didn't. All he had to do was hold the ball and lunge out, but he didn't do that.
And didn't the
He
ball
turned
pop out or something? And they said it popped
when
out before. Yeah, I remember that play. Yeah,
right
things
when
haven't
he
been the
hit the
right
ground.
since. Yeah.
And ever since then, it's been like a downhill effect. They've been losing games, and now you got players talking about the quarterback and this and that, and he's this and he's that, and you know, now all of a sudden you got an extreme hate for him. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that realistically, a lot of people need to realize: he's requesting a trade, but there's no way in Hades that the Rooneys are just gonna let him say, "Well, I want to go play for San Francisco. Y'all trade me to the 49ers." They're going to be like, yeah, okay, sure. And then they're going to want a ticket airplane ticket going to Tampa, Florida. Okay.
That would be the best place to send him. Send him to the Bucs.
Right now. Or even to Charlotte, North Carolina. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
James,
I'm telling you, man, because he will not get his preference of choice where he wants to go.
I agree, James. We got to stop though. I'm gonna tell you what. Well, I want to see you Sunday. As it seems like we're getting a little headline every day now. They're gonna pick up the momentum on AB. The owner, the Steelers GM, has come out and lied. I just told his lies and made it sound like, yeah, we're here to drive a hard bargain. Y'all ain't get go no Antonio Brown for no peanuts. But yes, we can. If we want him. So, you know.
Believe me.
We'll see.
Thank you, Ronbo. Love what you do.
Thanks, James.
Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Yeah?
You too, fam. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks, fam. And Edgar Castro. This is our second pick in late round for Jags 7th. And Yannick, hey, how do we pronounce Yannick's last name? You know the guy that spells his name with an N was all pissed off the year before last because he didn't make it to the, wasn't voted into the Pro Bowl game. And the only guy that got a sack in on Jimmy G that night or that afternoon. He's due for a breakout season. And Yannick did have just a so-so season last year. He was okay. But it wasn't like the year before. That might be a nice steal. Although, it's funny, Edgar, you pick out Yannick, and but most of us want Jalen Ramsey, who we could be overrating, huh? I don't know. But Edgar, thanks for having the contribution. Really appreciate that, guys. Music Street, Trust and Lynch. He feels disrespected right now with his free agent misfires. Actually, Lynch, his draft picks, more so, all of his free agents except for, you know what's probably 50-50? Garcon was a big mess up, but Garcon at least gave you something in the beginning. But we can go over those later. I think some of his pickups are okay. You hit and miss on all these because a lot of teams are having worse deals with free agents than that. I mean, look at Oakland Raiders. Jeff Tan says, John Lynch, Adam Peters, Martin Mayhew, Kyle Shanahan, the four horsemen of the offseason. I like that. Easy the third. Yo, what's up? And don't forget about Michael Jackson. Hee. Woo! Hey, wait, you know there's another Michael Jackson. Not that Michael Jackson now. You know, is he a Michael Jackson? Isn't he is that in the draft? Free agent. Oh, cornerback. Yeah. I've heard about him. I gotta check him out. I've not paid much attention. Brunel Jacob says OBJ all day. Richard Pryor. I can't be doing my name. It's kind of embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? But thanks, Rich. Jim Torokill says, seeing Goodwin and Brown streaking is like seeing your grandma streaking you. You close your eyes and oh shit, and run. This is what I'm saying. People don't understand. Don't get rid of Keith if you get the thing is now you render defenses absolutely helpless with that speed element out there. Now they have to. You're not going to let Keith go and say, hey, worry about Antonio Brown. Oh, no. Because if you do that, Jimmy G will threat. Jimmy G will have Keith. I mean, Marquise will have like 29,000 touchdowns in the year. You got to respect it. That's just the way he is. So now, what does the defense do? See, that's what I like. I like that. What do we do, Coach? Keith, get Goodwin. Give me a linebacker on. Oh, too late, you know. Manny Jimenez says, "When I'm not in Barn House, bleep Rudy." Oh, I love picking on Rudy. Rudy doesn't call us anymore. I don't know what happened to him. I guess he's already taken off his jersey and tried to return it back to the shop or secondhand shop, or maybe send it to the third world children who need clothing and put it in one of those care packages. Third world children walking around. Rams? Oh, I'd rather freeze to death. And Ernesto Vasquez is good, fam. J.D. Watsonville High School. What up, Ronbo? I haven't been on here for a while, but I'm back. J.D., good to see you again, fam. Big A and little A says if Pats somehow get OBJ, they will be tough for us to beat in the Super Bowl. See? And I hope we let them. You know what, though? The Steelers are not going to give. They've already pretty much. Oh, no. That was the Giants that don't want the Patriots to have OBJ. You know what? The Patriots might do this because the Patriots know they're going to going to be in the playoffs every year, right? If they pick up Antonio Brown, and you know Belichick is going to try to, because every year, as I say, Belichick makes a fool out of one GM or another somewhere in the NFL. Could it be the Steelers this year? Because if they get OBJ, it's a done deal. You don't give Tom Brady OBJ and everything else. Edelman and oh, my God. Oh, my God. Kevin!
What's up, Ronbo?
Kevin, man. It's Friday. Antonio Brown has demonstrated he's got great strength by being able to pick up an ottoman and throw it out the window. He's also demonstrated the fact that he could be a loose cannon by running around on Instagram talking about his chest. you know what's so funny, though, Kevin? I'm starting to like him because he's kind of a character, though. I wonder if he could calm down a minute and actually just be serious, because he's starting to worry people. You know, he's a little bit crazy, isn't he?
Well, Ronbo, I think he disqualified himself. Did you see the mustache? I mean, that's all I got to say about it. You know, as soon as you see that, I can't cheer for the man. You know,
that's what I'm talking about. What would you bleach out your mustache like that for, Antonio? Come on, man, you're scaring people.
No, I don't want. I haven't wanted him from the get-go. You know that. The first time I called, I was happy to talk already, and you know, don't want him. But you know, we'll see what happens. I don't think there's any way with all the stuff that's going on with him. I don't think there's any way Shanahan and Lynch bring him in.
Especially for the things Kyle said. He doesn't want guys in the locker room because he's kept that locker room together because they stick to their policy of certain character players that fit a mold that will endure getting to where you're trying to go. Now, if you got the wrong part in that group, you can destroy everything. You know, now you got the media. Antonio Brown is being quoted as saying, they brought me over here, but they don't want to throw me the ball. Can you see Kyle and Lynch? Oh, Jesus. What do we do now?
And Mama, I mean, in reality too, I mean, our offense is okay. I mean, that money that we would spend on him can be better served in so many other areas. I mean, we have to look. I mean, we gave up 48 sacks last year. Now, in Jimmy G alone, in the 3.5 games that he played, got sacked 13 times. Now, that's with his release. So if we don't correct that offensive line and get it straight on the interior, our tackles are solid. Staley's going to be gone, though, soon. But on the outside edges, we're good on the offensive line. But interior, I mean, Ronbo, I'm really, this year is very critical to me to see what type of free agents and pickups Shanahan and Lynch pick up. Because to me, I mean, if you look at everybody that they've picked up in free agency, I mean, Richburg, to me, I'm sorry, I've said it from the start, he was a terrible, terrible signing. And I know he was injured for part of the season, but even looking, I mean, go back and watch his Giants film. That's one of the worst offensive lines at the point in time that he was on it, and he was horrible on it.
Yeah,
except
he gets
for
hurt
the
a
one
lot.
year. The 1 year.
Too. That's the scary thing about them. Offensive linemen are always hurt. That's usually what they do all the time. He got hurt, and the Giants wouldn't even play him for weeks. He had some kind of serious concussion, and like you're saying, and then he comes to us, and I think he suffered a couple of injuries, and his game, he really wasn't helping us any. Even what is the guy name we sent over to the Dolphins? Daniel Kilgore. Kilgore got hurt,
right?
But I think Richburg's actually a step above him in that area. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I just really want to see what they're going to bring. I mean, our trenches need work, and I mean, the offseason so far has been dominated by what I feel like are luxury picks. This Antonio Brown, OBJ, those are luxuries. When your team is right there on the edge, and I don't really feel like we're right there just yet. We're close, Ronbo, but not there yet. But we need to bring in some more foundational trench players, especially pass rush. I mean, we've got to have it. I mean, if we don't get the pass rush corrected, it doesn't matter what we do on defense or offense. We're going to get outscored in every game.
And I hate that. And we become, even if our offense does get up to speed, we become the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are having to win games 97-96. What kind of game is that? The NFL loves it because it's an active game. It's like a basketball game, right? The Rams and the Chiefs that night. Oh, Goodell was sitting back in the house with a lampshade on his head and everything else, partying up, drinking it up, probably said, how about that? Is that a football game or what? Roger, you know what? That wasn't good. Nobody played any defense.
That was arena football. You know? That was
what, really?
And the one thing I loved about the Super Bowl, Ronbo, and there wasn't a whole lot, trust me, but the one thing I liked about it is for all the people who said defense doesn't matter, watch the Super Bowl. That is old school defensive football, and the defense is what wins the Super Bowl. And
every year
it drove that point home. And even though it was a boring 13-3, you know, a lot of people didn't like it because it wasn't explosive, but that's what wins championships. It always has, and it always will. Defense.
And you know, the thing is, if you're going to have that kind of defensive effort, if it was like 17-14, everybody would have said it was the greatest Super Bowl of all time. But the Rams out there fooling around, Golf is out there looking lost. I mean, he was a deer in headlights most of the night. Belichick threw defenses at him he'd never seen in his life. They got anxious, and you heard about the breakdown on it, right? The Patriots were aware of the fact that the Rams can be frustrated, and they dissolve just like Belichick predicted. Belichick he's a genius, Kevin. My God,
it's insane, Ronbo. It's insane. I mean, I don't know how anyone cannot respect the man for what he's done. I mean, 9 Super Bowls. I mean, I'm tired of watching him, but at the same time, how can you not respect it?
You got to respect him, though. You got to respect him.
It's never going to be seen again, Ronbo, ever.
Hate him, but respect him, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's amazing. So, but I really hope that we can get the pass rush fixed. But Ronbo, I really think the interior of our offensive line is going to be what either makes or breaks our season. I mean,
well, listen, we got to go, but listen, Kevin, I got to tell you though.
Okay.
Also, what you see in the beginning. Remember the year before when Jimmy was moving. Jimmy was out there holding the ball too long at the beginning of the year. Also, he lost both Garcon and Goodwin was his safety net. Remember how in that last 5-game series we won, and every time Jimmy looked around, if everybody was covered, Marquise would always be available. He hit Goodwin like right and left all game long until he finally got George Kittle open. He got some of the other guys involved, but there was no Goodwin in those first 3 games. I think his release is going to save him this year. I think that offensive line, having been together for a year already, what you want to see with your offensive line is continuity is built, but unfortunately it takes time together. They do need another interior piece. I agree with Weston Richburg. I don't know what Kyle's going to do about him, but he's going to have to stay healthy, or they're going to have to get a really strong backup to get as many reps in during preseason and camp as Weston Richburg. So when he does go down, and I think he's going to do that every year, make sure somebody's going to come in. Because with Kyle Shanahan's offensive system, you've got to have a center that can read a defense and relay back. His importance, that's why the guy he had in Atlanta, what's his name? Mac, what was Mac's first name? Anyway, Matty Ice didn't have to do a dang thing out there. Mac was his guy. Mac was like an extension of Kyle Shanahan. He'd take one glance at the defense and tell Matty Ice what he'd better dial up. And that worked for them like a charm. Yeah. So, but we'll see.
Absolutely. Yep, it's going to be a pivotal offseason, Ronbo. This is the one right here for this whole regime and everything. I mean, they're going to have to make a lot of pressure, but it's exciting. So we'll see. I appreciate you taking my call, Ronbo.
Appreciate you, Kevin. Talk to you later. We'll be back Sunday, okay? All right, fam.
All right, man. I'll see you Sunday. Take care.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right. And as Robert Johnson says, what's up? Checking with the Niner Empire all the way from Dallas. Dun, 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 dun. Remember Dallas? My boy JR used to run a scam with everybody he knew. Big smile on his face. That's what they're trying to do right now in Pittsburgh. Trying to say, 49ers, you like Antonio? We like Antonio too. But what we're not willing to do is give you him for free. You see. You give us your second-round pick this year, third-round pick next year, your fourth-round pick in the year 2025. We'll be okay. You better hang up the phone on that fool, man. Hey, Rodney Carnes, what's up, fam? Checking in is Rodney Carnes, it's Memphis, Tennessee. It's about to go down to free agents. You know this, fam. Captain Shadow 2019-2020. 6th Super Bowl win. Boy, it sounds good. Jeff Tan says, trivia question for you. What is Robert Kraft's favorite song? Well, of course, it's I'm in Love. Let me get it right. I'm in love with a stripper. I was wondering if anybody's going to bring that up today. Robbie Kraft. Robbie, and what I want to know, Robbie, what level of the working girls do you pay? Are you up in that upper echelon, $5,000, $10,000 a visit in escort service? Or do you just go in for that quickie and come on? Let's go back to football. Jim Thurlkill says, if the Raiders want Bosa, fleece that butt, then say, okay, we want a 24, 27, all three of your first-round draft picks. We get Polite, DK, and the corner from the University of Washington. And maybe we get Michael Jackson from the U. God, I love it guys come on in night games. Jeff Killerman, the U. And Brian Breakerneck, the Ohio State University. Them dudes be serious about the intro. Demetrius!
Ronbo, what's good, bro?
Demetrius, man, I'm just checking out here. Antonio Brown, the more I hear about him, and now the Steeler organization, the more I think I don't want this anymore. I still like OBJ, if we could do that. But I'm starting to get over Antonio. Man, I don't know how you're feeling about this.
I think it's just all smoke and mirrors to me.
Yeah, it probably is.
I just think I think it's just that, to make other teams back off so Pittsburgh could, jump back in and, swindle him. Yeah, I just think it's smoke and mirrors, but shit, he wilding out. I seen that video on YouTube. He talking about his chest. I'm like, this guy bugging.
See?
I'm like, what the hell?
What's up with that?
Talking about this a grown man body. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was, I don't know, Ronbo. That's just who he is. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
I know, but I didn't want to know him that well, Demetrius. I mean, I like the Antonio Brown I knew. I don't want to know all this about
me
you.
Too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. I just think he just went out of Pittsburgh real quick. And back to what the other caller said about his blonde beard and all of that. I think that's a signal. Man. He want to come to us. He got that's 49er colors, man. You see it? That's how I'm looking at it. Like he's hitting stuff off, man. And what he say? He want guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. See,
I think San Fran. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we did it. I think he's hitting off and all of that.
You think he's that serious about that guaranteed money?
I think he's serious. Hell yeah, I think he's serious. But you got to look at all the work he put in, though. Like shit. You can't knock him. You can't knock him, man. He's putting out work in. He's worth it, but as of all the problems that he's causing, or all the smoke around him, when there's smoke, there's fire.
But Demetrius, I want to know what his guaranteed money was. What did the Steelers guarantee him? That's what I'm curious about. Why is he making noise about his guaranteed money? I mean, did they give him a small guarantee? Did they not pay him his guarantee? Well, because he's not finished his contract, so they can take that guarantee back.
Yeah, because when I was watching the video, and I'm like, what's it like? I was kind of confused. I'm wondering if he's talking about the last contract he signed with them. Was it guaranteed or not?
That's what I want to look at.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure unless he's just saying he worked guaranteed. But I don't know. We'll see about that. But all in all, I'll take him. Like I said, man, he's too talented.
He's definitely a good football player.
But and like I said, I really do think San Fran is a good spot for him. Like, all jokes aside, like that's my personal opinion, man.
Yeah, if we could get him, in fact, at some point we'd probably be amused by his bizarre behavior. I mean, I could see Antonio, that helicopter thing. I mean, unauthorized. I could see him now. The police are surrounding the stadium. There's a helicopter that seems to be flying into. It seems it's not cleared. The stadium officials are clearing people out of the stands, and okay, here come the aircraft. He's flying overhead. That looks like the.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Coming out of this doesn't look good. And finally, you could see they can't hit it with a missile because the debris may hit over the fans. So here come the Marines are racing into the stadium now, and all of a sudden the helicopter lands, and Antonio gets out. What's up, y'all? And they slam Antonio down, face down on the ground, handcuff him. Bring the pilots out of the helicopter. You're under arrest. You don't have any clearance to come in here like this. What the hell, And so, I could see him. I'd be amused. I'd be laughing my ass off. I said, what? Let go of him, y'all. That's our wide receiver.
And like I said, man, I just think overall, like, I'll take him. I'll pick him up.
Yeah.
But not to. If it don't work out, it don't work out. Like, get rid of his ass if he gonna be full of these antics. But as far as football go, that kid is a beast. Man, he's a beast, and I think our young players can learn from him. Like, it is what it is. As far as OBJ, similar but same. You know what I mean? It's like they too talented not to, but you can't pass up on that. And we need to put some beef and potatoes on that old line too, man.
Yeah. I think the old line, though, they did a good job on the run last year. We ranked in the run last year. You see, but the bad thing about Kyle Shanahan's system is you got to have running offensive linemen that are athletic. Now, they may not be real big and strong all the time, but they can get out into space and pick guys off, which makes that run game work. If you can get 5 McGlincheys, you're home free. But if you can't, you have to settle for different. That's why I think Joshua Garnett is still in the mix, because he is huge, and all he has to do is improve his pass protection, just like McGlinchey. But what Kyle wants is that running game going, because the way Kyle feels, once that offense is well installed, that quarterback ain't going to be holding that ball very long. So they don't need to hold as long as the average offensive line. So I kind of think that's where he's going. I may be wrong on this, but I think that's where he's going with that. Jimmy's got no business being back there holding the ball very long. So,
and one other thing, Ronbo, before I go, did you look into that dude, Raheem Pinkham?
Yeah, I got him up on the app already too. You know what? He's a little bit undersized, but boy, he's got some dog in him. Oh,
I told you.
Yeah,
he get off that ball fast, don't he, Ronbo?
And he's got good moves. He's got one move I really wanted to freeze frame. He pulls up into the interior. He plants his foot, and he can shift left or right in a heartbeat. Offensive linemen can't stick with that. He used that move a lot.
You know who he remind me of? The kid from the linebacker from San Diego. They look like they got the same size.
In movement?
I forget his name. As far as size go, and he kind of remind me of the old school dude from Kansas City back in the day, Derek Thomas. That's what he reminds me of. That's what I'm like,
I think
I was like, oh, man, this kid is a beast.
I read where the Raiders are really looking at him, so we'll see.
Oh, Damn, I hope not. so if he's that close, if they watching, other teams is watching. But I just wanted you to take a look at it.
I like him.
Get your input on it.
Yeah, I like him. In fact, if you guys want to say, I got him in the app. 49ers. I got a whole section of the app. 49ers draft pick hits. Oh, I got some pearls in there. Woo! Anyway, check that out.
Ronbo, and I will, Ronbo, and I seen one more thing. I seen one other guy who reminds me of Tyreek Hill. He comes out of he's from Akron. Oh man, he was a Tyreek Hill type dude. Tyreek Hill. I'll definitely. I'll get his name and I'll put it up on a live chat, whatever. You know
let me. You say his name is Tyreek Hill.
Nah, he
reminds you of Tyreek Hill.
Me of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, okay. I want to see this. Let me have that.
Yeah, he's from Akron. Yeah, small school, like 4th round, 5th round pick. Yeah, one of those types.
All right,
Ronbo. Have a good night, bro.
Yeah, you too. Appreciate getting in here tonight too.
Like my man James said, no doubt, Ronbo. Nana Empire, Nana for life, man. No doubt. Everybody hold it down. Have a great weekend. See you Sunday, Ronbo.
All right, you too. See you Sunday. And Dana Hayes says, have you heard of Jalen Ferguson? Everybody's heard of Jalen Ferguson. Jalen Ferguson actually won't be at the Combine, unfortunately, due to some serious, I don't know if it was serious, from what I remember, and I read that a couple weeks ago, he's not going to be in the Combine due to some infraction he did years ago. Kids get held down for those things. It's really funny. So we're not going to get to see Jalen perform. But that may be a good thing if anybody's really looking. The 49ers could be taking him seriously, too. Because when you have that many sacks, you need to be taken seriously. David Wright says in a couple of months, the NFL will witness as the great Julio Jones is about to become his first wide receiver to be paid $20 million per year, passing AB and Beckham Jr. at 18. Stay tuned. Public Icon says, okay, Ronbo from Watsonville. Ah, God. But I used to make a joke about between Watsonville and Castroville, which would I'd rather be, because I really love artichokes. Dip in the sauce. It's such a delicacy, Castroville, the artichoke center of the world. What is Watsonville famous for? Actually, I have a few things about Watsonville I would like to mention as being famous, but they're not allowed to be said on the air. You know what I'm talking about. Shh. Don't tell anybody. I don't want all the dudes, especially guys that are a little bit out of control, on their way to Watsonville. Okay. Anyway, Tony Escobar, South Salinas in the house. What's up, Tony? Salinas, man. I got a lot of family here, huh? Anybody from Alisal? KD 216. I know you won't answer it, but I'm asking anyway. Have you ever did radio? How come I won't answer? You're right. I wouldn't answer. Not right. Because then you're going to want to know everything. And then I have to go into it. And we take away from football. You're on the right track now. All right. Harvey, who Vegas? Did Ronbo just say? Harvey. But in Espanol, it's okay. We can't say it in Inglés. They know. Because the Rams know. When you think of the word of baboso and pendejo, they also know about those names too. Jack! Come on in, Jack.
What's up, Ronbo, baby boy?
Jack, man! Jack, man, just sit back here, man. I'm tripping. Everybody's tripping on Antonio Brown. Yeah, Jack, I would suggest probably don't look at Antonio Brown's social media too much. Because he'll kind of freak you out. He's got some special little issues, If he was like a friend of yours, you'd probably be asking him all the time, man, what's going on with you? Is that kind of dude
Ronbo, I told you last time I talked to you. I told you, man, that man was going crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? He reminded me of that dude that used to play for Dallas when they cut him.
What position?
the wide receiver that they had cut, and then he never played after that. You know what I'm saying? Dez Bryant.
Oh, Dez.
Yeah, you know, he's acting up the same way like Dez used to act.
You know, Jock, you know what worries me? Does every talented wide receiver have something wrong with him? Do you need to have something wrong with you to be a good wide receiver? You know what I'm saying? Look at Michael Crabtree. Michael Crabtree was pretty good, and he got a little strange. They start getting full of themselves. OBJ is not a normal individual. Who else is a great wide receiver in the NFL? I mean, really stand out. Hey,
but you know, I don't know if it all depends to, you know, the team they play with, because you don't see that foolishness in Bill Belichick's team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Belichick does not play. People are scared of him. His players all respect him.
You know. Yeah, you know, and then that dude from what's his name, KC.
Tyreek Hill.
What's that coach name?
Oh,
the coach for
Arians.
KC.
Arians.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, you know that dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, there's certain teams they respect this. You know what I'm saying?
The coach.
They won't do shit like that.
I know, right?
You
Nobody
know?
messes with Belichick. I mean, nobody.
No.
Josh, Gordon is like, they put him in a program, I understand. He's not, I thought he was through with football after this episode. But the Patriots are paying for a program for him to be in. It must be a little better program than he's been in 2 programs already. It ain't helping none.
Yeah.
Every time, I mean, they probably caught him in the locker room a few times. Hey, Josh, come on, we're getting ready to start the game. All right. I'm coming. You know, I'm wondering what's up with you, Josh. The stuff, it's got a grip on him. He cannot stop, you know. So what kind of program they going to put him in? So I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him because that much talent, yet he cannot separate himself as Stephen A. Smith would say, the weed.
But for OBG, I mean Antonio Brown, I mean it's like suddenly, man, he started acting up like this. Suddenly. Because you never used to hear his name. You know what I'm saying? Or you knew that he was one of those, you know, show off guy, because you see when he coming to camp, you know, he'll be coming down in a helicopter, you know, all this nonsense, you know what I'm saying? But you won't hear anything else, you know what I'm saying? But I now, mean, you know, it's like every day.
So I don't know. I'm worried about, you know, you wonder what you're going to hear about tomorrow. And if you keep looking at his social media, you'd be like really tripping, like, Antonio.
Yeah.
Really? Damn, dude.
Exactly.
So,
you know. So right now, I don't know. I mean, you know, and that's the thing, you know, all the owners of all 32 teams, they all talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? You're acting up like this, guess what? You might not have a job. You might not have a job. You might be sitting your ass down.
But Jock, you know what? If this may be, wouldn't we find out later on this could be a well-devised plan engineered by both John Lynch and some other people? Antonio, listen, we need for you to bring your value down. Now, listen, we're going to be fully aware of who you really are, but we're going to see if you can win an Oscar on making people think you've lost your friggin' mind. All right? Now, that's going to drive your value down, and we're going to be able to come right in and swoop you probably for less than the 3rd or 4th round pick at some point, because every GM in the league is going to get away from it. And you and I both know they want you out of Pittsburgh really badly. So Antonio plays the game. Could he be doing this? Because like you say, he wasn't famous for being crazy until now. Until the last few weeks, to be exact.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. I mean, I don't see why, you know, Shanahan and Lynch should have done something stupid like that, because I mean,
no, but I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with him.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they better not, because I mean, once it go public, then
dead meat.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we could just use Jesse, Chicago Jesse. What's Jesse's last name with the Nigerians? see, that's what happens when the plan goes wrong. You see, now people hate on you. So
exactly,
you got to be careful about these little plots. So we'll see.
Exactly. But yeah, they already, I was reading that Shanahan and Lynch, I think Shanahan's talking on Wednesday, and then Lynch is talking on Thursday.
Oh, at the combine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see.
Like,
I can't wait to see what they say. All right, Jock. I tell you what, I'm gonna see you Sunday, pre-combine time. Man.
No doubt, Ronbo. But let me tell you, man, we need to pick up that dude. What's his name? Sweat. That. Yeah. He's probably a beast, though.
He's on the radar, because they got their players all lined up. They probably have their number one guy they want for coming off the edge. They got a number two. They got a number three. They may have it all the way down to number four. For all we know, they may have one for every round. The 49ers have got to get pressure off the edge for that defensive system to work. It's priority one. So, and Antonio Brown believes he's priority
kicker,
one.
Man? Did we sign him yet?
Who?
The kicker.
No, Robbie's still, and Robbie was last seen in Chicago playing golf or something, they said. I'm not sure. He moved the family back to Chicago already. And ironically, the Bears just got rid of their kicker, Cody, I can't make a field goal when I need to.
Oh,
he's out. See, how come? Ooh.
See, that's the setup. The setup is real.
We'll see.
So that means they are fixing it for Robbie Gold to walk right on that.
And Matt Bryant, I think Matt Bryant's a little old. He's 43. I didn't know he was that old. I mean, that'd be plan B, I guess.
I don't know, man. We just have to tag him, man. You know what I'm saying? Give him the tag.
But what if he doesn't want to be in San Francisco? If he really doesn't want to be with the 49ers, that's kind of a problem. That means the balls are going to start missing now and things like that. Your heart needs to be in it. We'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see. All right, fam. I see you Sunday.
All right. Have a good night, man.
You too, fam.
All right. Take it easy, man.
All right. Yeah, I tell you, man, I really wish Robbie really appreciate being with the 49ers. If he really wants to go home, they have to let him go. Lynn Wood.
What's up, Ronbo?
I thought you was doing a jock, but you sound like Jock on that one. What's up, fam?
Oh, just chilling like a villain.
Tell you, man, it's well, the fun news is Robert Kraft just exposed himself as being a little perv.
Well, that only happened because that's because he lost his number one promoter for bringing in top talent, and Jimmy G left the crew, and then all the porn stars left with him.
I love when these really extremely high-profile guys get caught up in this, though. I wish they'd catch them as they're coming out of the building, though. And I want to see the look on their face.
With a big grin on their face. Like,
or that face like they can't believe the cameras. They're like TMZ caught them.
That's too funny.
You can't have too much money and be going to the places of ill repute. It'll always come. Yeah, I mean, they can't wait for this,
I know, and for as much money as he has, I was like, all right, hey, stupid,
Rob,
why not fly to Amsterdam?
And right, or go to a place and we're brought in or something. Rob,
go to Amsterdam.
What are you doing?
If you want to stay in the States, go to Las Vegas. It's legal.
It's off season and everything.
Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, it's like it blows my mind. You have money and you get stupid all of a sudden.
These guys I have no sympathy for guys who get caught in that. You know how to do, just like you just said,
you know why? Because it's their mindset is like, well, I got so much money, I'm above that.
I can do anything I want to do.
And the police say, yeah, and then the police say, oh, no, you don't.
I mean, if he comes out of Reno, what's the name of that little house out there that's so famous? Mustang Ranch. Yeah, if he's coming out of the Mustang, see, that's actually hilarious. As you see a car rolling down the road and TMZ people are following him in a high-speed chase. See, this is comedy. You know, then I'd be a Robert Kraft fan. I said, Rob, you got to get a faster car, man. Your driver wasn't good.
Oh yeah,
Rob,
they
I'll
got
work for you, Rob. I'll drive.
They got the Bunny Ranch. Hell, they had the guy there was at the Bunny Ranch in Las Vegas, and he was running for senator or delegate or whatever before he passed away. I was like, wow. And he was actually going to win, too.
You know, until they found out. But at least he's not like Congressman Weiner. Weiner's still my favorite. Weiner, what is your problem, man? You got caught for that how many times? Stop with the pictures.
No, well, his last name says it all, Ron.
I know.
His last name says it.
Oh, I forgot. We're supposed to be talking 49er football here. Let's not get into wieners. Hey, Linwood. But, you know, Antonio Brown, Antonio has gotten caught for a couple of things that were a little wild. And I keep wondering if he has that capacity, what can we expect next? Is that, you know, with the ottoman going over the roof, the getting people out of his doorway, the high speed, the tickets. I forgot how fast he was going.
Bro,
but was it in excess of 100 miles an hour?
You know my stance on that. Even when that didn't even come out, I was like, hell no, we don't want Antonio. Or OBJ or the rest of them.
These guys got to see if they could behave. You can't make headlines for everything but football. And then come to San Francisco because it looks bad on the city. And also, you can have those little organizations sitting out in front of the camp. Women organizations will be the first one there. 49ers, you guys, anything to win a ball game, huh? You know, and they've got a point.
Your last caller, you were like, name a wide receiver that didn't have all these types of issues. That's great. And I was like, it was easy for me, Jerry Rice.
I mean, Edelman doesn't get credit for being a Hall of Famer, but he ends up in a Super Bowl usually beating teams to death, him and Tom.
He is. Know? Oh, yeah. Him, Jay Rice.
Yeah, Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
Although we don't know what Jay...
Stellar.
Yeah. See,
and didn't have off-field issues that I can recall.
You know, I don't. Jerry never got caught up in stuff like this. I think Jerry was down to earth. Yeah, it's home raising. Jerry grew up out in the country and everything. You know, I don't know. It's just really, it's embarrassing. You know. Anyway.
Yeah, we had a prima donna that was on an Antonio Brown level, and we got rid of him. His name was Terrell Owens.
But you know what's bad is Terrell was so vain though that he never got caught for anything real shameful in public because it was he had standards on his antics. He was into himself. I mean, doing sit-ups out in your driveway with no shirt on. I mean, this is like outrageous, but at the same time, it's kind of funny, you know.
Right.
Antonio, T.O., man, what's up with the workout in the driveway? You know how I love me some me, right? I thought I'd let everybody else share the love for me with me.
Oh, my bad. I thought you went to work. I was doing sit-ups for your wife.
You know, I still like T.O. I hate to admit, T.O., I love me some T.O., man. Dude kills me. It's the Sharpie incident, the driveway sit-ups, everything else in the city on the Dallas Star. The dude was always hardcore entertainment outside of the game, and he still did a good game. So, you know, but he is a mess. But, you know. Lynn, we didn't talk much football here. We're almost out of time. Give me another football point before we go. What else?
Oh, well, hell, I can do that easily, Ronbo. Keep on theme. Let's see. Before I go. Good show. Happy birthday. Cool whips.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Get a lot of good insight in there. I didn't agree with most of it, but hey, you're talented. You had a especially in your third, fourth, and fifth round picks, I enjoyed a lot. I didn't agree with the Josh Allen scenario because I don't think he will work out that well for us. So he's not a. We need a true DE. He's an outside linebacker, Josh Allen. He works best in a 3-4 scheme, just like Coach Tim, Hall of Fame Coach Tim, had a show with you all not too long ago, and he broadcast that out.
Yep.
Dream scenario for us. Arizona controls the destiny of the 49ers and what we do in the draft, hands down. It's all up to them, who they pick, who they trade back with, if they trade back. Primarily, I'm hoping that they take that quarterback. Because the head coach is stuck on him.
I'm convinced.
And he's headstrong about him. I mean, before he was even the head coach there of the Cardinals, he was talking about how good of the quarterback he is. I mean, it's the best stats next to Baker Mayfield in the last years. But anyway, that would put the power in the 49ers' hands if that happens.
I agree. All right. We'll explore that a little bit more Sunday then, fam. All right. So, Linwood.
Yeah.
Have a good night, fam.
Because, I have a whole big breakdown that I'll save it for Sunday for you, Ronbo.
We'll try to leave
options, my stars.
We'll try to leave all the other fun comedy stuff alone and let you get right into that Sunday then. Linwood, see, you.
Right.
It's your fault, Linwood. I wouldn't act so crazy if you didn't call in because you get me started. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to get me started.
Well, Ronbo, you have a good night. Hit those likes, fam. We'll save the serious business for Sunday.
Exactly. All right, Linwood. Have a good night.
Night, fam.
Oh, good night.
Hit those likes, Ronbo Sports, and Niners!
Sounded good, Linwood. I mean, I love it even better since you got it fixed. That's Linwood. Hey. And don't tell me, Hank Moody's birthday. My birthday was yesterday. Can your boy get a shout out? Hank! Happy birthday to Hank. Happy birthday to Hank. Happy birthday to Hank. Hank! Happy birthday, bro. And many more to come. Hey! It's Nighthawk! It's late for Nighthawk, too. Nighthawk's probably been asleep and woke up, is my guess. Nighthawk!
What's up?
Yeah, I knew it. See, you can tell Nighthawk just woke up. Nighthawk, man!
I got cold, so I've been sick since Friday.
Oh, man. Actually, what we hadn't heard from you. Nighthawk, man. You must be all right. Hope you're getting better. You feeling better, huh?
Yeah. Went to the doctor, so.
What do you say?
Yeah, I got to take some medicine, so.
Yeah. Hey, Nighthawk, did he give you that kind of medicine as soon as you take it? If you try to stay awake, you feel all dizzy and crazy, and then you start tripping, and then you fall asleep.
It's like it just makes you drowsy. That's it.
Yeah. They said right on the package, do not take this medication and proceed to drive a car. Please, Nighthawk, don't do that. Nighthawk, do you drive?
No, I don't drive yet. No.
All right. Anyway, Nighthawk, Antonio Brown, all of a sudden the GM is trying to make people think that it's going to take more than what people think to get a trade done with that for Antonio Brown. He says he's got to have compensation that satisfies the city of Pittsburgh. And that could be anything from a first-round pick to a third-round pick and maybe even more than 1 year. Are you on board for that?
I mean, if we go to Super Bowl, I'll be shit.
Oh, hey, Nighthawk, you bring up, if we could get Antonio Brown on a credit, let's say, hey, listen, Steelers, if we go to the Super Bowl, we get Antonio, give us Antonio Brown, sign the rights over to us. If we go to Super Bowl, we owe you a first-round pick next year and a second-round pick the year after that. If they can make credit deals, boy, and wager deals, you know, Steelers have to wait and see what happens with Antonio Brown. But if Antonio Brown messes up, you give us, what's that running back's name? Conley? Just give me back Vance McDonald. I'd love to make a deal like that.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going because I would have said I want him, but I don't know what they haven't talked to him lately, so I don't know what Shanahan is doing right now.
I know, and they can let you know. They keep everything very quiet. We don't know what's going on. They do a good job of keeping. There's no leaks. There's no media drips. I mean, there's just nothing. There's no way to know what they're doing. I hear
about that they're not going to sign Gus Shaw.
Yeah, we know that, but they wanted you to know that. They told us that days ago. You know, they got rid of Mitchell. We know they got rid of Mitchell and Garcon.
Yeah, so far I don't know about those two. But you hear about this the guy who owns the New England Patriots?
Nighthawk, what you weren't with him, were you?
No.
Of course, we heard about Robert Kraft. Well, I bet his wife heard about it too.
He got in trouble for something that I don't know. Something he did.
I thought you were going to go ahead and say it. Nighthawk, he was actually indulging in the ladies of the late night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. He got caught.
So he got charged. So that means he might not be the owner no more.
That'd be funny. I wonder if Tom Brady calls him up. Hey, Rob, I just heard about you. What do you want, Tom? No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do to help you out? I mean, if there's anything you need, let me know. Tom, I don't think thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you later. Because it's embarrassing. Actually, I don't know what Robert Kraft does. The media's going to beat him up for God knows how long. And next year we can always say things like, okay, they got Deflategate, they got this gate, and now they got Nighthawk, what do we call this gate?
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Something always happens in New England. Something always happens.
Oh my God! Hey, chat. What do we call this gate? What do we call the latest New England Patriot gate? Oh my God! Patriots owner Robert Kraft's a prostitute to the public. They got a picture of Tom Brady with a wig on and lipstick. He looks kind of cute.
So he might have to. They might want him to the team. They might want him to the team.
Right, Robert Kraft. Hey, will the commissioner say, now, Rob, that's against the rules. Now I'm gonna have to suspend you a few weeks for that. You realize that, right?
He's going to lose that team. So I think they might say that you're going to have to give somebody else.
Oh, don't lie. Is that right? If that's true, I'm sorry. Did Robert Kraft's wife, did she pass away? Oh, that's sad. I'm going to have to feel sorry for him then, because maybe he was a little lonely the other night. I didn't know his wife passed away. So I can't come up with any of my cute names for this gate. I already had a few already lined up. But anyway, Robert.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Because when you have money, they do what they want. They do what they want to do.
Well, yeah, but he could have flew away. I mean, he could have, like Linwood said, get on a plane. You're not doing anything else. It's off season. Fly to Amsterdam or someplace, or Thailand or something. Even depending upon what your taste is. Russia, Putin claims he has the best in the world, according to him.
It was funny. Man. I heard about it on the news. I'm saying, man.
I know what. Yeah. But anyway, Somebody did mine. Gamer for life. That's what I was thinking. Booty gate.
That's funny.
Oh my God! I like that. Okay. If Robert's the wife passed away, I got to make the more jokes. Okay, I'm done. I just couldn't pass that up in Booty Gate.
You know what? Enough of them. They always do some dumb. Okay, let's go back to the 49ers.
Real quick, because we're almost out. We're out of time. But go ahead and make one more 49er point. Go ahead.
But you know what? I cannot wait till the draft comes. So I want to see the draft. So, but I still want that guy like not Bosa. What's his name?
Allen.
Yeah.
Josh. Yeah.
Josh Allen. I still like him.
Oh, he could very well be in the mix. It depends on what they do in the first round. We don't know exactly what the Arizona Cardinals are cooking. We'll see, though, because I still think they're going to get rid of Rosen. They're going to get a pick for Rosen, and they go ahead and use their own first-round pick to pick up that Mrs. Murray's baby boy, Kyler. But anyway, we'll see.
Before you go, give me a shot, Rambo.
Yeah, I can do that. Niners! For the Hawk.
Yeah, before I go, hit that like. Nighthawk is out.
Thanks, Nighthawk. Oh, man. Chico de Campo, it's up, fam? And Ernesto Vasquez, he said OBJ would be more expensive, but a better pickup. OBJ, Kittle, Pettis, I believe in him. I do too. I'm telling you, man, watch out for Dante Pettis. And the jet brain in the backfield, man, I like the way that offense is designed right now. It's designed. Kyle Shanahan's got you've heard of a 4.5 speed overdrive. Kyle Shanahan's got a 7-speed overdrive pump. Woo, man. Steve O'Neill says, I would pick up OBJ because of his age. And Goodman looks to have a close relationship with him and can help if the team starts struggling in the beginning. Oh, that's right. I forgot about Marquise and OBJ. They do have a nice relationship, don't they? Perry Howard, what's up? And John Haynes says, and the Niner Empire fam, let's go. Hey, what's up, John? Man. And KD216, do you think Akello will get better this season? If so, why do we give up on Rashard Robinson so easily? Yeah, Rashard. Rashard had more than just his playing. Rashard had a falling out with the coach. Stevie said Rashard questioned some of the things that were going on during play calls and some of the things that they were doing. And the coach, I guess any coaching staff would be that way. They weren't having it. I know Rashard, as far as I was concerned, I guess they looked at Rashard as stepping out of line and that he was not here to run the team or coach it. He was just supposed to be doing as he was told. But Robinson wanted to play a different style of football that he thought would be more preferential to his strengths probably and even actually benefit the team. But Sal and company didn't want to hear it, so they shipped him out. Corey Malaglente, aloha from Carson, California. Hey, Corey, my brother. Oh man, is it time? It is time. First, let me do this. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Come on in here, show.
I just love how enthusiastically you bring me onto your show. That just makes my night every time I call in.
You're always hardcore entertainment.
Hey, at least I'm not boring. You know what I mean?
No, that's never, ever.
I'm that guy you want. I'm that guy you want at the party.
There you go. Without showing at the party, it's not a party.
Anyways, I keep hearing these non-compelling arguments of not wanting Antonio Brown on our team, Ronbo.
I knew it.
I am so sick of hearing callers bringing up the same BS arguments.
Tired.
And
tired
they have
arguments.
they're tiresome arguments. They have no evidence whatsoever they can point to where Antonio Brown has been a cancer on that team, to where Antonio Brown has been a locker room divider. True. They can't point to any evidence because it's never existed. Antonio Brown is not the problem of that team. Antonio Brown has been trying to reach out to the media and tell him, look, hey, Ben Roethlisberger and the way Mike Tomlin treats Ben Roethlisberger over everybody else is a problem on our team. All Antonio Brown is guilty of doing is being eccentric. And if you're turning away a first ballot Hall of Famer wide receiver from our team, you do not need to be a fan of football anymore. I am sorry. But do not keep calling in on the show and telling me you do not want Antonio Brown because he's quote-unquote a cancer on the Pittsburgh Steelers and he'll divide our locker room when there's no evidence whatsoever to back up your argument because he's done nothing of the sort in Pittsburgh. And all of our players have been advocating and recruiting Antonio Brown to become a part of our team. And you have Jerry Rice out there, a Hall of Famer himself, putting his name on the line, recruiting Antonio Brown and wanting him to come over to our team and help our team win games, Ronbo. And that is the bottom line. We haven't been winning games since 2013, and that is a stone cold fact. And you keep calling in and saying you don't want Antonio Brown because he's quote unquote a diva, he's quote unquote a cancer, he's quote unquote he's going to divide our locker room. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit, man. There is no evidence whatsoever to back up your argument. End of story. And I can tell you this right now, Antonio Brown is more talented than he'll ever be than your pressers, edge rushers you guys are craving for and foaming at the mouth over. They will never be on his level. They will never be on his talent level ever. I'm sorry, but they won't be first ballot Hall of Famers. They won't be a potential Super Bowl champion with a brilliant-minded head coach and an amazing quarterback. I'm sorry, they won't be anywhere near his level of talent with Robert Saleh coaching our defense. I'm sorry, but they won't. And that's a little dig at Robert Saleh, yes, because he needs to teach our players better techniques on how to tackle and shit like that. And I'm not saying get rid of him, but he needs to step up his game a lot.
I do feel, though, if you don't know how to tackle by now, I blame John Lynch that don't bring anybody in here that can't tackle. I mean, at this level, if you can't tackle.
Stop bringing in corners who don't turn their heads when the ball is being thrown to a receiver on the other side of the ball. And that's another thing we need to address, too, which nobody is talking about, is our secondary. I'm sorry, but I want somebody else complimenting Richard Sherman better than Akello Witherspoon. Akello is not – he's not the player that we thought he was, and I think there are way better options out there than Akello Witherspoon as far as the corner goes, and we need to address that in the draft, I think, or in free agency. And I think Clinton Dix would help out tremendously with Richard Sherman. And one more final point. I keep hearing this overly used cliche that defense, quote-unquote, wins championships. That is complete bullshit.
You're not going to win this argument.
Let me finish.
I'm telling you.
Robert, let me finish. I said a balanced team wins you a championship. All the defense did on the Super Bowl this past year, was show up. There was zero offense on either side of the ball. And if the Rams played Todd Gurley, and if the Rams had an extra receiver, then that would have been a different scoring ball game. And if the Patriots had Josh Gordon, then they would have been in the 30s and 40s as far as scoring points go, because that's how dramatically a wide receiver of that caliber helps out your team and helps them win a game like that. And that is exactly what Antonio Brown would do to our team. And if you're telling me that he's a cancer on the Pittsburgh Steelers and he's a diva that you don't want on our team who's going to divide our locker room, get the hell out of here with that bullshit. Stop calling here with this argument, because it is not compelling, and it'll get thrown out in the court immediately.
So
I mean, come on.
Joe, I do want to ask your opinion on this, though. Now, you're watching Antonio. He may be acting out a bit, but what are you deriving from the big chest, furniture flying over roofs?
Have you seen
speeding down the highway over 100 miles an hour?
That is complete. Robert, tell me nobody. I guarantee you, everybody on the show has gone on 100 miles per hour in their car, and don't sit there and lie and say you haven't. And whoever's driving a Porsche, which was what the car he was in, tell me you wouldn't take that puppy off road test drive and not drive below 60 in that thing. Come on, that is not something you do in a Porsche. Yes, it's a little risky, but come on, let's be honest. Nobody would go below 60 in a Porsche. And there's no evidence at all. There's no evidence at all as far as Antonio Brown throwing furniture out of a 14-story window out there either. You can't point to any evidence where
there's a lawsuit pending against him.
Okay, that's somebody after his money in 15 minutes, Ronbo. Let's be honest. That's all it is. Because it's a big personality and a big name, and they want to ruin his career and wreck his life, and that's it. And there was actually a woman in Canada. Let me finish. There was a woman in Canada who threw a chair out of a 7-story window condominium, and she was arrested and is being faced with 3 years in prison. And that's exactly what would have happened to Antonio Brown.
No.
If he did that on a 14-story window, he would have been faced with jail time. And if the cops showed up and they found nothing was done wrong, they didn't arrest him. They didn't charge him with anything. That is complete bullshit.
You think it was all made up?
Come on, seriously.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing, though. Are you going to law school?
No.
Because you prepare and push your case out there. Listening to you almost have to wonder if some of the things you're saying are absolutely true. I mean, you can't just do these. Okay, let's take away from that for a second. But what is your personal opinion of Antonio Brown's, the big chest and all? I mean, are you okay with all this stuff?
Have you seen him? Have you been following him on his social media accounts?
I've been watching him.
He is and
Everybody's been watching
how dedicated he is to performing at a greater level in football than any of his teammates were. Like, he is as ripped as DK Metcalf. He's just a little bit smaller as far as his frame goes.
He looks good.
DK reminds me of a linebacker, and he's amazingly ripped. And of course, I would call myself Mr. Big Chest if I had his chest like that. I mean, come on.
See, that's why Show supports everything Antonio does. Show doesn't see anything unusual about this behavior.
No, he hasn't hit a woman. He hasn't hit a woman, Robbo. He hasn't been arrested in 3 different states. Come on now. Let's be honest.
And you could be right. I'm just going by what the reports say. I have no idea. Yeah. No, honestly, what I worry about is some of the younger, naive, gullible players we have on our team. They may think there's something interesting.
They'll get rid of those guys ASAP.
I'm just saying they may be impressed with his Antonio's action. I don't want them to be. It's like if you got kids and they're watching Beavis and Butthead, you walk in, you turn the TV off immediately and tell them to get out of here, go do something else, go read a book, go and get online. Guys, go out and work out a little bit, guys.
I watched that show as a kid too. I'm not gonna lie, that was a funny show, and I wouldn't.
But if you had a child that was watching Beavis and Butthead, and the first time you come home and he pulls a Beavis and Butthead on you, the kid's in trouble. But I would say, listen, you know what? You are not Beavis and you are not Butthead, but what you are is about to get is punched in the eye if you don't stop. So that's what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is bottom line is, and all Antonio Brown is guilty of doing is being eccentric, and that's it. And you guys are blowing him way out of proportion. He's a bit. None of our receivers since 2004 have worked out for us. We got rid of Terrell Owens because he was at the end of our contract. We didn't get rid of him because he was a diva and he had an attitude problem. He didn't have an attitude problem. He was eccentric too, which I love in players. I'm sorry, but
if a team is winning, you put up with
bottom line.
If it's not, they could be part of the problem. But, Joe, that's all the time we have for the show. You made some concrete points, and we'll look forward to you presenting your next case on Sunday. It's okay.
And the same goes for Odell Beckham Jr. too. He's done nothing wrong as well. And John Lynch he went up to Marquise's Goodwin's sister, for Christ's sake, and embraced her with open arms, and that speaks volumes of somebody's character like that. He's a good kid. John Lynch just didn't even embrace him. They were actually caught together whispering to each other during that Giants game. So if you think John Lynch doesn't like Odell Beckham Jr. because of his quote-unquote character, get the hell out of that with that BS too. All he's guilty of being is eccentric as well. And with that said, I am gone.
Yeah. All right, Joe. Have a good night. And just to justify, just to prove, and Jeff Tam pointed, I read that whole article too. Brown was a little burnt up about $80,000 being robbed from him in that condo complex, right? So him throwing that ottoman over the window, or because he was robbed from his room, and he thought it was an inside job because there was security supposedly. And he was probably lashing out. And, a lot of times when you hear about these outrageous things, there are really solid reasons. You may do the same thing, You see, if it's big, I might, like, hide in the house and wait for the cleaning people to come in and leap out of the closet all of a sudden, dressed like a ninja, as I see him rummaging through my stuff. Smoke bomb and all. Psst. All they'd feel is like several punches coming around the head and neck. The Black Knight says, hey, to be exact, AB first threw out 2 large vases. I know, that's what I heard. And that nearly hit a child. Some old guy was there with his grandchild. And then he threw the ottoman. Booker T, what's up, Booker T? There's only 5 or 6 number 1 wide receivers in the NFL. We should trade 2020 first round for AB. Eagles traded Lambs, traded first for Cooks. Yeah. Hey, Booker T, and anybody else, is Brooks or is Brandon Cooks? Is he considered a number 1? I wonder. Michael Ellis says, living here in Texas and being a Niners fan, I'm telling y'all, if these damn Cowboys get E. Thomas, I'm going to be pissed. Michael, I believe that's a done deal. I think Earl's going to settle for peanuts as long as they give him some incentive package because he wants to be in Texas so bad. So he may be your neighbor soon. I got a feeling. I think that's a done deal. Kevin Stevens says the main problem with Shanahan's offense is the O-line inside the 15-yard line. We can't move the interior. You know what? That's a good point, Kevin. That is an excellent point because they're not a smash-mouth offensive line. What they do is get out into space and create openings for the running backs, which we've seen because we got a solid running game when it's all there. Even when it's not all that healthy, the 49ers rarely just can't move the ball on the ground, right? They can run play after play on the ground and probably be fine. But Shanahan uses that to set up his passing play, which is pretty much an elaborate system and scheme. So, yeah, that is a problem. I don't know how they're going to address that. But Shanahan has always said, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to be on the 1-yard line, 3rd and 1. In fact, Shanahan likes to stay out of third down situations if he can help it. You never see him in a third down situation ever. He hates that. Goal line situation, he doesn't want that either. He wants his guys to get in before they get to that 1 and 5-yard line and score, Mike Lang says, what about Terrell Williams from the Chargers? He's a free agent side too. I got a feeling. I've had a feeling about that for a couple of months now. Williams is going to be the target. He has everything Shanahan wants. So Shanahan wants speed and separation. These are the number 1 things in his book. Got a feeling Williams is going to be it. Sammy Papagayo says, aloha, hey, Sammy. Mahalos, my brother. This is for all you do. Listen to from Maui. Sammy! Hang loose, brah. All right. I haven't heard that one. This one I don't know about. Chi Hoi. Is that right? Am I right? Chi Hoi. Oh, God, I get to Hawaii, man. Niner King says, I hope 49ers looking linebacker Jeffrey Allison, linebacker from Fresno State. Can you imagine, though? How many, I gotta look that up, man. How many stars come out of Fresno State and play in the NFL? I bet there's a few Hall of Fame. Is there somebody, because I've heard of some names coming out of Fresno State. Find out about that later. And look that up. Fresno State alumni. Hey, oh, there's my boy on the right. Robbie, you ready for the intro?
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready, baby. Give it to me.
For the ride.
What's going on, Ronbo?
All right, man. We're just sitting up here. We're trying to figure out whether or not after the big show got through, I'm like scared to mess with Antonio Brown. But you do what you want to do. But Antonio Brown, I really wish he'd chill out a minute, and so we can feel like he ain't gonna come in and do nothing crazy. 49ers are probably really are gonna target him, and probably have a long conversation with him before they let him loose on the team. Say, Antonio, You know, we love you as a football player, and we think you're an outstanding individual. But listen, there's some of the things that you do that we better kept maybe to your private time and things like that. What I want you to do is, though, we got a lot of young players out here, and you're going to be the guy that's going to be their you're going to be their mentor, and you're going to set the example. So we want to know if you're going to be up for that or what. You know, hey, can you, man? And Rod, what would he say?
Man, that's a good question. A good question. I can tell you, he's a character. I tell you that, but I for one don't believe that he's I don't think he's a counselor or anything of that nature. I feel like, you know, a lot of times, you know, especially in this generation of football, the youngsters tend to take more criticism for things that people and I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, if you ever played football before, one thing I know is this right here. It's supposed to be a brotherhood. So, you know, for people to talk about a disruption in the locker room, you know, I think it's ironic because what goes on in the locker room stays in the locker room, for one thing. But for somebody to actually come out and air dirty laundry about something that's supposed to be between the brotherhood, then, I mean, that's the problem, right? That's part of the problem right there. So, you know, I think that, you know, you got these social medias and things, Twitter, and, you know, I know he makes a lot of comments on it. Yeah. But, I mean, that's the state of the society we live in now. Yeah. So, you know, because he's an athlete doesn't mean he shouldn't be able to tweet. But, I mean, of course, you definitely want to be a little more hesitant of putting things that, you know, send the wrong message out.
Yeah. You got to use some discretion. Because, you know, you notice how you only have a handful of people that people get to make judgments from because of their media displays. You know, you need to take care of that as much as you can. See, Robert Kraft, TMZ is going to be on his little butt now for the rest of his natural life. And Antonio Brown is going to have a number of reporters following him all around where he goes. When you're a famous person like that, unless you want your privacy to be completely blown up, you have to behave. That's just the bottom line, right? Rod? Yeah.
That's the truth. And to be honest with you, you know, we do this every year. We have different thoughts of the direction that the boys are going to go with the selection, with the draft, and even with free agency. But I think more than anything, the guys already know what they want to do. I think they're going to attack free agency harder than they attack the draft.
For
like, you know, a lot of people, you know, how in the beginning we was talking about, well, they're probably going to trade back. But I don't see them trading back. I think they're going to use that number 2 pick to get that, you know, get that player that we just really, really need. And, I mean, you know, some say it's best player available. I'm going to say it's going to be the best player available for the position that we're in. Yeah, you know, the position that we really need filled. So,
and you know what? Can I tell you something else, too? You make a great point. You know why? The 49ers have a large abundance of players now that they like. Why do you need to even think about trading? Now, you went 2 years doing that. Now it's quality time versus volume, right? So I'm hoping you're thinking that way. You know, what's the best thing you could do in the first round, second round, third round? Maybe you want to trade up, but please do not go down.
Well, like I said before, Ronbo, to be honest with you, man, knowing my coach like I know him now, they make mistakes. They make decisions that other people would be afraid to make or might consider, you know, a risk. But I don't think it's risky. Like, let's take the pick of Mike McGlinchey this past year. Yeah. Who's to say they don't do the same thing this year? You know, this is a talented draft when it comes to edge rushers. So, you know, they might not feel the urgency to get the edge rusher that we think they should get in round 1. And I mean, I just got to say that again. You know, they might go after Jonah Williams.
I was getting ready to say just that too. I agree.
Yeah, you know, because I mean, Staley, he's at the end, man. You know, the bottom line is, I think, 2020, he's going to be a free agent. So, not to mention he's getting old. They got to be in the back of their mind somewhere to getting that guy that plays on the opposite side of McGlinchey. So, you know, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket and just say for sure that they're going to draft the edge rusher or even a DB in round 1, because we know these guys like to do things differently. They're not as accustomed to doing things the way most franchises do things. And I think that's part of the reason we're having success in different peaks like we have.
Hopefully, though, there is this year, because a lot of people are questioning, like somebody called in earlier said, man, people started to question John Lynch talking to him with like no respect whatsoever. I said, I've been noticing that since last year. Yeah. If one pick fails, oh man, fire him right now. I said, some people like overreact. It's like knee-jerk reactions. Nobody considers the picks that he made that were good.
That's that post-Trent Baalke syndrome.
I know. We had a reason, though, then, Rod. Trent was a mess-up. Ain't nobody got over A.J. Jenkins yet, My God, right. Trent. And him and Elway, that's why they like each other. Elway can't pick a quarterback to save his life. He needs to quit or ask somebody else. My God, he's awful when it comes to quarterbacks.
He doesn't appear to have it.
What?
He really is.
Man. So.
But, I'm looking for us to really, really go hard at this free agency thing, man. They may already have a total in the back of their minds of how much they're going to spend in this free agency period. And who knows, that they could attack edge rusher there. They could attack the line, well, not the lineman, but the defensive back issue, because I know a lot of people think we should go DB first round too. So,
Yeah, I know.
Who's to say?
Greedy's making people crazy, ain't he? There's another kid too. Greedy Williams is one, and then there's I think somebody mentioned. I think as a matter of fact, I think
you're talking about the guy from Clemson, are you? Trayvon Mullen.
What's his name?
I think it's Trayvon Mullen.
Yeah, Trayvon. Yeah, that's it's the same guy that Cool Whips is looking at. I think it's between them two as the top guys to pick up early in the rounds. Yeah. So we should find out. And you could be true. But you know what? What would that do? It would either kill. I don't know what our current cornerback is, Akello. I don't know what he's thinking. But if the 49ers were to draft a prime-time guy out of college like that, first thing Kells will say, oh, okay. Bring him on in here. Will it fire him up or will it piss him off? If he's a real baller, it should fire him up. If he's not up to speed, But Trayvon Mullen is exactly right. Clemson.
Yeah, well, I think Akello Witherspoon, one of the things he needs to do definitely is work on maybe getting a little bit more weight on him too, because he used to get abused a lot in that press.
Yeah,
he wasn't a real good presser guy.
What does he weigh? Is he near 220 yet?
He's not even 200.
What?
He's not even 200. I think he's he might have been on
190, 195.
6'2" and weigh like 195, 198 at the max.
Yeah, you got to be scared when you're that size. That's why. And the only thing I worry about Hakeem Butler, he's got to put on some size. So see, because DK Metcalf will come in the league talk about, man, you got all them little boys playing around. Let's go. Because
right.
DK is a horse, man.
Right.
Man. And ooh.
Oh yeah, the Metcalf and Debo.
Yeah,
man.
Whoa.
It would be nice. It would definitely be nice.
Well, fam.
But
you tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and look. Oh, wait a minute, I'm looking at Kello now. Yeah, Kello's. Yeah, you're right. 195. That's it for Kello. Yeah, Kello's got to gain 15 pounds easily. I hope he's working on that.
Tell you, man.
Yeah.
And I had one last point to make to you, because I know we got to hurry up and go. Is, man, I'm telling y'all, still keep in mind the possibilities of Jared McKinnon going separate with him this year.
Going what?
Just saying.
Going what?
Us going in a different direction with him. If we cut him this year, I think that makes it about $6 million a dead cap. But the fact remains.
Did you mention, you said Jerick McKinnon?
Yeah.
You think it's on?
Don't. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, Ronbo. But man, I know my coaching staff, and I'm just saying there's always a possibility.
But they've
that
waited.
They do something different than
Kyle has been trying to get. Kyle hasn't got to do whatever because Kyle had some major plans for him last year. I can't imagine that. What would you do to replace him?
I mean, there's either one or two things they can do. They can go in the direction with the draft, or they can go and try to make a bid on Le'Veon Bell. And I mean, I know a lot of people don't like the idea of us giving him a fat contract because we know that's what he wants.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have the money. And the bottom line is, regardless of what we think the 49ers should do financially, they have the ability to make a move this offseason. So let's just not say, for example,
that would be a dramatic move. Yes, it would.
Yeah, because I mean, just think about it, man. This is all that I'm saying. I'm one of those guys that try to view all possibilities, and I'm just saying, if he doesn't have that explosion that we need or that he anticipated having in that backfield, the fact remains is Matt
definitely look at him.
Still a 4-4 guy.
Yeah, they're definitely going to look at him.
But that's the point I'm trying. Yeah, and then furthermore, his backups, none of those guys' contract is really going to affect us cap-wise. Now, I mean, like I said, the $6 million in dead cap space is one thing if we release Jerick McKinnon. But if we upgrade the position, is that really a bad decision? That's the point I'm trying to make.
But Shanahan is going to need now. I don't know. Le'Veon, he was pretty good with the passes, right? Shanahan, the thing with Shanahan, he wants that player that he can put all over the field and use him. That's the advantage of having Jerick. You can line him up anywhere, and he's gonna be effective. If what you want is isolate him on linebackers and stuff like that. With Shanahan's offense, it's either him or somebody like him. So you get Curtis Samuel out of away from Carolina. You ain't gonna get what's his name? The blonde kid. God, I think of his name. But anyway, he's looking for that kind of player to execute his offense. So I'm not sure if Le'Veon is that player. But we'll see. You could be onto something. Someone want to run by you real quick, too. Greedy Williams, you know he's only 175? Greedy is a pencil. 6'2", 175.
Ronbo, you and I had this discussion before, Ronbo. But I made the comment that everybody that come out the SEC or every cornerback that's about 6 feet at least, who has a good track speed record or a good 40-time record, they try to always act like this guy going to be the next Deion Sanders. And I'm just saying, I like Greedy Williams. I think he got a high ceiling, but man, I'm like you, Rumble. I like that old school football. I still haven't seen a real shutdown cornerback since in a couple of drafts.
I mean, Richard Sherman was it, man, and my boy DK. 6'4", 230 pounds of red beans and rice with an extra serving of cornbread. Oh, I'm talking that's all might no fat on that dude, man. That's 230 pounds of muscle. That's like in the rock. A car hit ya.
That's a man. That's a man.
Fam, we got to tell you what I'm going to do. See you Sunday, Rod. All right?
Absolutely.
All right, fam.
Tell them who we are, man.
Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Niners! Hey, for the ride.
All right. Shout out to the Empire.
Yeah.
Catch you next Sunday, Ronbo.
Yeah, be looking for you too. Boy, I'm looking at Metcalf, man. 230, 40 time, 4.5. Whew, man. They're complaining. When's the last time, just off subject for a second, when's the last time you seen LeBron James on TV? Do you know LeBron James weighs almost 300 pounds? I heard the Lakers were a little concerned about him being 280. When you see LeBron going to the rim, you notice when he goes to the rim, You see people, you know how you usually see guys going up with somebody and they're trying to, you see them bouncing, but they're still got it. When LeBron comes in the middle, players are like, you always see that. They never called charging on him because he didn't do anything. So I'm always laughing. I didn't know he's up to 280, though. So Metcalf, coming down the field, if you multiply weight times speed, let's say Metcalf is coming down to 4 or 5. You do the math on that. Do you know how many pounds of pressure that is coming at a poor cornerback or safety? If I see DK coming down the field with a full head of steam, his knees all up in the air, he's coming down the field, growling. If I'm the safety, I look over at the coach, and I just sort of step out the way. Coach, let me tell you one thing. My mama didn't raise no fool. If you want him down, you get him. Hey, 915 Marietta, California. 915 Marietta, California. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, and what is your name, please?
Oh, Ronbo.
Yeah.
My name, you can go ahead and call me Salazar 49ers.
Did you say Salazar, 49er?
Yeah.
I call you that. Salazar. What's up, fam?
You can call me Salad Bar or something, whatever. All right, let's get to it.
All right.
Rombo, I got
what is on your mind?
Show you so much love right now.
Well,
I've been watching your show since we were in the dumps last season.
Oh, and we've been in the dumps
before we got Jimmy G. Oh, I know. That's why I came to you. I needed something.
Well,
I needed motivation, and you gave me such a great, opportunity to learn more about our 49ers team. And I've been such a huge fan since the beginning, but now I know so much about the team because of you.
Well,
but
that's good. Great. And then because we get a lot of people call in here, they got a lot of great input. So yeah, I'm glad Salazar, man. I'm glad it's good. Good.
All right. So I want to get down to what this show is all about.
Okay.
So cap space is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to put our money where our mouth is?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, I think we need to shoot in free agency and get our defensive line addressed as long as we don't spend too much. Because ultimately, we need to save money for AB. I think we need to bring AB, Ronbo. Right. Think about it, Ronbo. If AB was in the draft with his age right now, what number would he go?
Oh, clearly he'd be the number one pick. Or number two at the latest. Yeah.
I think he's worth it. Our running back situation is just fine.
Yeah,
we do not need to get rid of Jerick McKinnon. Yeah. I like where he was going because Le'Veon Bell, the last caller, he's beautiful. He's a sexy choice, honestly.
True,
but
Le'Veon left because he needs huge money. I don't,
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary because
we don't
soon
need
you ain't
to
got
spend
no
that
money
much
left.
on
You ain't got but a
Le'Veon.
couple of players.
Look at what Mostert did.
I did. I loved it.
Oh, so did I with our first round draft pick leading the way. Yeah. I think John Lynch is great at seeing talent because Dante Pettis, I'm all with you, Rombo. Hey. Dante Pettis is going to be a star one day.
I really think so. Yeah.
I saw this video on YouTube where someone broke down his film, and he shakes people off
easily.
So, it's beautiful.
Time.
And not to mention, you brought up a couple of weeks ago when he tweeted Ocho Cinco.
Mm-hmm. I think he wants to work. I think he's going to be working with him in the next few weeks, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wants to be a legend. He wants to be special, and he is special. I don't care if he loves cats. I hate how that one caller says he needs to be a dog, whatever. Hell no. He is
be a dog, man.
He is a financer. He finesses. He got that drip. He got that splash. Ooh, Dante is
bad dude,
and so is Kendrick. Kendrick Bourne is going to be another special
he does
receiver.
not get any respect, but people need to notice. Oh, so all he got last year was 400 yards. Kendrick Bourne went through 3 quarterbacks. He came in after Garcon left and did a decent job. He makes catches in tight windows that make no sense. You know, he may drop one here and there, but every receiver drops one here and there. You don't just count the drops, though. You look at the whole body of work. You know? I like him a lot.
Because where was that pass coming from? It wasn't from Jimmy G.
No. You know?
Jimmy G is special. Because think about this, Ronbo. Imagine if the Patriots lost Tom Brady.
Yeah. Would
they wouldn't
all
be where
those
they're
receivers
at.
look like they do now?
We lost our
Especially
quarterback and exactly. We lost our quarterback and we lost our number 1 running back who is going to be a difference to this offense.
Absolutely. And because people haven't seen him, they don't think he's worth the damn. But I keep thinking, no,
Ronbo, I follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, he called somebody out today.
Who did? Jarek?
Jarek McKinnon. Yeah.
Yeah? Who did he call out?
Oh, some random nobody. Ooh, he put him in his place. It was this Joe Schmo, not even verified fan, trying to talk smack, saying you need to sit down and not talk with. You need to get more wins.
God.
And he said, "Boy, do you want me to go at you right now?" The guy said, and that's it. And
I gotta see this.
And then everyone started going at him like, "Dude, you backed out like a dog, but with his tail between his legs."
Jarek does respond on
Jarek
social
McKinnon's
media.
a dog.
I like
Jarek
him.
McKinnon is a dog.
I'm looking forward to
He's
seeing.
strong.
Oh, ridiculous strength. I want to see him in open spaces. Remember the year before last when we played the Vikings preseason game, right? People don't know that was Jarek McKinnon that took it coast to coast on the 49ers that night. And that preseason game.
Know, bro. I know that.
A lot of people don't even know. I says, man, you remember that dude that went coast to coast with us that night? Juked everybody out of their clothes, 49ers out in the field butt naked after Jarek McKinnon put 3 more moves in him within a split second and blitzed past him and went to the other side. I said, people better recognize Jarek McKinnon ain't nobody's chump. Let him play. Let's see what he looks like with Kyle Shanahan. Man, I can't wait.
Neither can I, Ronbo.
I see what you're talking about here, Salazar. Jarek McKinnon told somebody it was Skip Bayless.
Yeah, because Skip Bayless, he told me the first because Skip wanted to talk smack on LBJ.
He told Skip, "You've never been an athlete. STFU, Skip." Yeah, Jarek he's feeling good these days. I'll read the whole thread later. Glad you pointed out. That's pure entertainment for me. I'm gonna go ahead and hit like.
Know. No, I'm now reading the chat too because I got you muted on my TV here trying to follow along. But again, people do not put respect on Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah.
He does not. No. Oh my God.
He's gonna get better too. Kendrick got better this year than he was the first year.
But here's the thing. I don't want to say Kendrick Bourne is a number 1 receiver.
No. But he plays a solid role.
Exactly. We cannot. A lot of people want to drop what we got for the next thing that we don't even know who they are.
Thank you. You go getting rid of this guy to go get somebody else. What if that's a mistake? And there's a 50-50 chance it is. And in some cases, 70-30. So.
And that's the thing I wanted to say first with we need to go after free agency. We need the people who are in the NFL and have showed what they can do. Because honestly, when it comes to the draft, if we don't trade it for a receiver, because ultimately I think our offense is easily at least NFC championship contender.
You know what? The offense
we need
is
a
not going to have
defense.
troubles. It's the D. Can the D stand their ground? If that happens, look out. Look out.
Exactly.
Salazar. Tell you
So
what,
we
fam.
need
we got to go now. But listen, appreciate you, man. I'm gonna tell you because and I'm glad you got in here and that stuff you opened up with, man. That was precious stuff, bro. So I'm gonna look for you Sunday. We can continue. What do you think?
Oh, I'm gonna look out for you, Ronbo.
All right, man. Salazar 49er.
Time with me.
Yeah.
Oh, give me one of them. Loud, you know what it is.
Get ready, Salazar. Here it comes.
Oh boy, my ears.
Niners! What's Salazar 49er? All right, Sal.
All right, Ronbo.
What the Sal? I didn't hear you, man. I thought, I knocked Sal
night.
out. All right, Sal.
All right.
See you Sunday.
You take care, Ronbo. I'm going to keep listening.
All right, fam.
I'm interested. I'm going to be on the chat. Boy, they better watch out.
Look out. Salazar's coming. Thanks, Sal.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. I go in the chat. And Gamer for Life says, Tyreek Hill is a beast. Oh, no doubt about it. Tyreek Hill is, man. See, that's why I like speed. When people start talking about getting rid of Marquise, no, that's a full court advantage. No matter what you think about Marquise, the 5 or 6 balls he dropped in the last 2 years, I don't care about that. All I care about is what he has done and the separation he creates, the avenues of opportunity he creates for the other receivers. His role around that field is huge to me. Niner King, Keyshawn Johnson broke Devontae Adams' record in Fresno. So Devontae's from Fresno. All right, there you go. See, there you go. Travis Millott, question, what if we tag Robbie Gould and trade him to Chicago for a mid-round pick? You guys like Robbie Gould? Give us Khalil Mack. You got to pay part of his salary, though. Since his heart is in Chicago, he could miss us for us because of unhappiness. And Travis, I agree with the same thing. If Robbie wants to leave that bad, that's not good for the 49ers. Damn it. Hey, Junior Jizz, thanks, fam. This cost me a little bit, too, was it? Jerry Rice, you got to pay. Joe's jersey, Jerry. And I got Joe's jersey at Universal City, L.A. And I saw it sitting up there, it's all framed up, and if that couldn't be... Oh, hey, I'll take it. How much is it? I can't even. Okay, I tell you the truth. Back then, that jersey is secondhand, right? But it's the real deal. I'm telling you the truth. I don't want to tell you how much I paid for it. Okay, never mind. But anyway, you got to have certain names and numbers. You gotta go for it. That jersey better not ever wear out, though. Chip Thurl says, you would think that Tom's wife would have some high-class freaks to fix Robert Kraft with. Let's move on. Tammy McDaniel, hey Tammy! So how many shows are you doing now? Well, we did 2 today. We're going to do 2 Sunday because it's that time of year we want to get our GM people in. We got Fiandra's coming up Sunday, and I'll let you know right now, she's going to have her draft and free agency picked out, and then after that we'll do what we're doing now, meet with everybody else afterward, and talk football. Perry Howard says, watching past WWE Mania 9, Doink the Clown is hilarious. We got Doink the Clown? How's he doing? Oh, God. I never liked him, though. You can't come in with the big nose and the makeup and everything. Doink was tough, though, wasn't he? Sort of like the evil clown. What is that movie where the clown came out? With the teeth and everything? What movie was that? Doink kind of, and I don't, as a child, clowns kind of scared me. I never liked clowns. It kind of worried me, except for the shoes. Richard Ray Archuleta, hello from Seattle, Rich, out in Emerald City. Civic Sport ejected FP6. Let me get that 49er war call. It's just funny because during the season, I actually remember on Monday Night Raw, I couldn't hardly speak because we had a lot of fun last season. We weren't winning any games, but there's a lot of things to holler about, right? I come in Monday
I'd be saying things like, Trent, we lost another game. That's okay, though, because by next week, we should have things sorted out to the point where we can start thinking about winning more football games. I just ask that you be patient with us as we build this organization. And hey, Trent, could you please? It's me, Ronbo. I just got through yelling at the game Monday night. That's it. It's Tyler.
Ronbo.
Tyler. Well, Tyler, what's going on with you tonight?
Robbie Gold, I think, listen, they franchise he said he wants to be on a playoff team, right?
Right.
Well, they franchise tagged him because they're going to show him, hey, you might want to extend here.
Yeah.
So, franchise tag. And also, what impressed me was Kittle was given the opportunity to get like an advertisement or a promotion or something.
Right.
He turned it down to train for the 2019 season.
That's right.
So, he loves it. He loves, man. And also, I want to send a message to everybody. It's probably best if you don't watch game film because if you look at everything so closely, no matter who's playing quarterback, you're going to get mad at some point. You're just going to start getting really mad at what could have happened.
Yeah.
No matter who's playing what position, you're going to get mad at the coulda, shoulda, wouldas if you watch actual game film.
Yeah.
Even Jimmy misses stuff, but it's nowhere near. He's obviously way better than the other guys. He's special, but there are things that he missed. But listen, he's going to be going in. The head knowledge thing is actually a big deal. I'm realizing that because I was watching some film earlier, and he was missing. I was watching the Detroit game.
Mm.
He was missing some things that got on my nerves. I was like, there was a play where he tried to. Kittle was like covered. I think he was open for like a split second. Garoppolo like lobbed it up, and it got like a pass interference call. Whatever, right?
Right.
Well, he also what I didn't realize was Pettis is wide open, like in the flat on the other side of the field. Nobody around him. A corner was being blocked. Could have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
There's also
they got to watch Pettis.
Wide open.
Pettis was open on several plays throughout the season. And even the booth announcers would say, he had Dante Pettis open on the left side of that flat. And I always say, oh, look at that film. There's so much real estate between Dante and the next person. Oh.
Here's the thing, man. Jimmy's going to have a way better head knowledge of the system. Like you said, this is his actual first full year of learning the system. The head knowledge is a bigger deal than you think. It's not just like he'll play through it in practice and stuff, which obviously it helps to play in games with the system. But honestly, having a second year head knowledge is going to be huge for him.
Oh God, yes.
So
and he got to watch. He watched Nick go through it. And he's sitting there with the headset on, and that means he gets a full absorption of what just took place. That's going to help a lot.
Yeah, and then you remember, I think I told you about this, when Mullins threw that pick six against Seattle, Trent ran a quick out route, wide open in the end zone. Mullins was late on the read, didn't see it, and threw a pick six because he was trying to force it to the running back. Well, Garoppolo would have seen that pre-snap, changed it, or he basically would have seen that or made an adjustment, or he probably wouldn't even made an adjustment because he would have knew he had Trent wide open.
Hey,
but
you know, but Tyler, you know something?
The camera on Jimmy.
I know, but you know what's really funny? That Nick Mullins INT we saw, I forget which game it was, but you know who got in trouble for that?
Yeah.
It wasn't Nick. It was George. The coach said, George Kittle said in an interview the other day, he says, "Yeah, can you hear me now, Tyler?
Ronbo.
Uh-oh. We had this problem the other day, too. Tyler, you still can't hear me?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you a second ago.
There was a play with an INT thrown, and I think it was a pick six. Anyway, George is the one that Shanahan went after, and that's why he told George, you work on your routes in the offseason. The pick six was from George running the wrong route. When you see big mistakes in Shanahan's offense, it's not always the quarterback. The receiver might have screwed. Kendrick Bourne had a really big screw up early in the season where he ran the route wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't a pick six you're talking about. It was that interception CJ threw against Green Bay at the end. He tried to throw that deep pass. Kittle was running he was supposed to run I think it was a 4-yard. No, he was supposed to run like a 5-yard stick route, and he would have. He said he ran it like 4 yards or 2 yards or something, and Kittle he was more mad at Kittle about that than the interception.
Yeah.
So,
it's a ball. A quarterback's got ball placement. He's supposed to put the ball at a certain place. It's a timing route. You're supposed to be there. You're as responsible as that quarterback. If you're not hitting your marks, you're screwing up.
Yeah.
That's why Shanahan's system works like a charm, but you got to do it right. And it takes a little time to get good at that. So.
And, it freaked me out because I was watching, and you watch anybody on film, there's going to be a few things that make you mad, really angry.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
What, anybody. You can find Tom Brady. There'll be things that he missed, and you're like, what the? But, we're not on the field. So, and plus, Jimmy is still, the system, people will try to tell you this system is not the most complicated when it really is.
It is.
And plus, it's hard to memorize those progressions and everything. Well, he's going to know 100% what his first, second read is, how long he needs to look there, and all
how much
that.
time does he have on each one of those? That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's how he processes quickly.
You see how he was getting. You understand how he was getting sacked a lot, in those first few games that he played.
Yeah.
That quite honestly, in that second year, it's not going to happen as much because he's not going to hold the ball too long. Also, you remember that? I don't know if you remember that play against Detroit. Like you said a little bit ago, Shanahan likes to not get in those within 5 yards from the end zone position.
Yeah.
He likes to score before that, but
he hates third downs.
Jimmy threw a medium. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a deep ball. He threw it to the end zone. Kittle ran sort of a corner route to the end zone or whatever, and he was open. Garoppolo overthrew him.
Yep.
So that made me
does
mad.
do
but
that.
You see,
that's one of his flaws. Every now and then that ball sails on him.
Well, that one. I mean, that's still. It's probably because he might have been a little confused. Some of the overthrows. For now, it might be because he's confused. Now, think about it. Think about it this way. Okay, somebody earlier was talking about, we should cut McKinnon and then sign Le'Veon Bell. It's why would you cut McKinnon when he fits the system better than Bell does? And also, if you cut McKinnon, you're still going to owe him money. And also, we're going to have to pay Bell more than we paid McKinnon. And McKinnon could have a bigger impact in this system.
Yes, I forgot about Le'Veon. He'd be really expensive. In fact, what is Le'Veon asking for?
It's not worth it. It's not even worth it. He's fat now.
Yeah, I know. I saw that photo of him yesterday. It freaked me out because I heard somebody say he'd gotten big. He looks really big. Le'Veon looks like a tight end. I said, dang, Le'Veon. Oh, my God. They were lying. I thought they were lying. You are fat.
Just imagine. Man, imagine. If anybody can teach guys how to stay healthy throughout, a season, it's who we got because he was a hockey strength coach. So hockey players, they have a day or two to prepare. I don't want to say heal because you don't heal from that quickly, but it teaches them how to deal with it and play through pain, and also how to be durable, how to not get injured. Playing hockey, it's quite easy to get injured. So even though players don't really do that, because hockey strength coaches are really, really excellent. So imagine if it seems so simple, but it's not. I'm just saying, imagine if our offense stayed healthy. It would be disgusting.
Oh, I know. If Jimmy has all those options, you know what would be even more devastating, Tyler, is the fact that they would have so many reps in by midseason that they would now be, it'd be ridiculous. Everybody would be on the same page.
Think about it.
Oh, man.
Think about it, man. Pettis,
the offensive
Kittle,
line no longer has to do anything because Jimmy's going to be getting rid of that ball at lightning speed. Oh.
Pettis, Kittle, Goodwin, Debo, Jet McKinnon, Matt Breida, Reem Mostert. Yeah, I'm taking. There's no. If he's available, I think we have the 36th pick, which is weird because we're supposed to have the 34th, but apparently we don't because I think we made a trade or something. I don't know.
No, we lost one round, yeah. But anyway,
so
Tyler, we got to stop.
The 36th pick.
Yeah, we
Debo
we got 36. You're right. Second round, 36th pick, right? Third round, 30, 67, yeah.
His route running, he was breaking people at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, Kyle takes route running seriously. If you can't route run, that's why when people say, "Why are we not keeping this guy?" He probably couldn't run routes, and Kyle's serious about running routes.
Kittle's going to come back. He may. I don't think he's going to have more yards than he had. So statistically, he may have more touchdowns. I would think, but I don't think he'll have more yards. I think
maybe though. If Jimmy's out there all year long, maybe he does.
If he gets better, I don't know, because we're gonna be spreading that ball around a lot more. Sounds cliche, but I think Kittle will have more touchdowns. So like the route running is going to get much better. So I think Kittle has more touchdowns, but I don't think he'll eclipse that amount of yards, because that's a record, man.
Yeah.
So people will say statistically he had a worse year, but he won't.
Yeah, and also remember, Tyler, the defense is going to be game planning for Kittle. All right, but we got to go, Tyler. I'm going to see you Sunday, okay?
Yep, and those other weapons are going to expose him for just focusing on one guy.
Well, you know that. That's the point. All right, Tyler. Have a good night.
Jimmy the GOAT, Jimmy Goat Garoppolo, Niner Empire, Niner for life, forever faithful. I'm in on the train. Pipe bomb.
He's adding to that all the time. He forgot to say, crawl into a Roach Motel, Rams fans. Hey, I know. Hey, Dolai, thanks. The movie is called It. Remember, what was that? Hey, Dolai, what was that he'd always say that would scare you to death? They only something. God, kind of creeps you out. Jeff Tarrant says, Robert Kraft reminds me of Jerry Jones and his glory. I don't remember that, Robert. Jeff, I want to go. Can I Google more information on that? Glory. Not a gang. 999. This is Ronbo. This stream is going on for a while. Hope you're getting overtime pay. No, I just enjoy hanging out here. Jim Thorokill says, my wife and I go to Tahoe. There's a massage bar with a sign that says parking in the back. I says there's stuff going down, then it must become a running joke. Because why is it necessary to tell me that there's parking in the back? If you said there's parking in the back and no surveillance, that's a better story. There's surveillance everywhere in the world now, man. I mean, no matter where you go, as you get out and you're sneaking into a place you know you're not supposed to be going into, and especially if you don't walk in calmly and look normal, if you're doing the number where you're Hey! Is that you? Hey, Robert, is that you? Shh, come on in. It's okay. Jeff Tan. Oh, hey, Ray Jr. says, what's up, Robo? Thank God it's Friday. I like that jersey. Thanks, fam. Thanks. Jeff Tan says, drama in Pittsburgh comes down from the coach, Mike Tomlin. He lets Ben as the god. Even the general manager admits to that yesterday. Coach says, I don't think one guy or even two can come in here and hurt our locker room. I think they will be converted by our youth because their excitement is contagious. Yeah, it could be. It's probably being overblown that I always says, Antonio Brown, when he first gets here, if he does, he'll be the consummate good citizen. Guarantee you. I mean, he'll be the guy, he'll be a role model for at least half the season. And if we start winning, he will be like, you'll think that he represents the Pope. Jim Thorokill says, if we got DK and Butler with Pettis and Goodwin in the slot with George Kittle, no one can stop us with Matty and McKinnon better than KC. Oh, that's a dream team. Coach Steph says, all running backs get hurt with too much usage. That's just the bottom line. That's why we are platooning our guys. We have carbon copy backs that will help us win and keep them healthy at the same time by rotation. So people want to get Le'Veon Bell and get rid of people. Le'Veon, if he's out there all the time, he'll come out too. That's just the nature of the game nowadays. Running backs are the sacrificial lambs on every play. I think that's why Bobby Turner and Kyle Shanahan will never, ever they may have overpaid But remember, Jerry McKinnon is not just a running back. He's going to be used for a lot of different things. Coach goes on to say Shanahan had the same thing in Atlanta with Freeman and Coleman. Coleman was I was trying to think of a minute ago. And rotation worked great. So will ours with Breda, McKinnon, and whomever else wins that third position. You know what I like, Coach? Raheem Mostert's going to be on the field due to his special teams contribution, right? I got Breda and I got McKinnon. And if I want to, all of a sudden, if I want just added double dual back speed, I run McKinnon and Breda for a couple of series just to make the defense on the other team dizzy. Because they got to hurry. Oh, they got to hurry. As long as those two are carrying, they got to hurry up. And every time, I love when Breda hits the corner. I love when the camera angles on Breda as you hit the corner. You see the mouthpiece, and you see Breda's eyes sort of reminding you of Roger Carr coming around the corner. And you see the pursuit, and Breda's just like, you always see the mouthpiece in the eyes. Breda breaks around the corner, and the guy lunges and misses. Now Breda picks up another 15. That's, oh, Matty B hitting them corners, man. If you race him to take to that corner, remember, Matty B has been clocked at over 20 miles an hour. Oh, I do enjoy watching Matty B run that ball. JT, come on in.
What's up, Ronbo?
JT, we are contemplating now, first of all, whether Antonio Brown has lost his mind or not, or is just putting on an act. And JT, let's not assume that our boy Antonio would be a cancer in the locker room. He's never been one before. And also, have the Steelers lost their mind talking about we're going to have to, of course, we're going to have equal compensation for a player of Antonio Brown's caliber. If we cannot compensate the Pittsburgh Steelers for the amount that we think that we should be getting back in return, we won't do a deal. Who is he trying to fool, JT? They want Antonio Brown out of there so bad they can't stand it. And they've also told him to stop acting up because you're ruining any possibility of a trade deal. I think that might be why Antonio's putting on a show, just to make sure that everybody's not calling Pittsburgh. The less people call, the better. He wants to come to San Francisco. I think he's not playing.
Yeah. You know, probably 1 week ago, I read an article about, what kind of Antonio Brown you're going to get. Say if he goes to a different team, they may not get the same Antonio Brown they've seen.
That's 49ers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep. Because he doesn't want to be there.
I'm talking about that's an unhappy Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You give that man what he wants and let him come to San Francisco 49ers, we're talking about a happy Antonio Brown right there.
And that's a difference right there. Because if you're Green Bay or some other team that's thinking about getting him, the Seattle Seahawks, he ain't going to be, like you say, he ain't going to be the same as Antonio Brown that you saw in Pittsburgh. But if he comes to San Francisco with Jerry Rice and his boy T.O. and everybody said, yeah, you need to be in San Francisco, baby boy. Now he's going to show out. I'm starting to think, okay, we'll put up with this and that, but I don't think that's going to be the case. If he comes to San Francisco, I think he'd be a good citizen for a long time, actually.
And something else came out just yesterday, talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, they all got to bow down to Ben Roethlisberger, talk about, everyone else is over there in that squad over there is babies compared to, they got to answer to Ben Roethlisberger over there. You got some elite players over there.
Yeah.
And, why does everybody got to answer to Ben Roethlisberger? I thought Tomlin's running the show over there.
No, but Tomlin, he runs the show according to what Ben wants. Whatever Ben wants, Tomlin will see to it that it's done. So Antonio jumped out, and Le'Veon has jumped out. There's probably a couple other players that don't appreciate the relationship between Tomlin and Big Ben, too, but they ain't saying nothing yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many other players in the past already done?
Mm-hmm. They don't have any more stars after Le'Veon. Yeah, they don't have any big time. Juju Smith-Schuster is an up-and-coming star, but he hasn't reached that plateau where he can act up yet.
Okay. So back on the Antonio Brown. So if you have a happy Antonio Brown with an up-and-coming Jimmy Garoppolo, with the new Le'Veon Bell, up and coming Le'Veon Bell. Because from what I'm hearing, Le'Veon Bell's putting on all this weight, lose all that, before come the season. I seen that picture. He looks kind of big there.
Yeah. I tell you, we'll see. Because Antonio, and let's see how big the chest is in 2 or 3 weeks since he's working it so hard.
Hey, man, I could already see it, man. Ronbo, I kind of pictured, with the defense, I like to see Earl Thomas with Richard Sherman, man. Can you imagine?
He ain't coming. Earl wants to be in Dallas so bad he can't stand. I think Earl would probably, the way Earl's talking these days, I think he'd pay Dallas just to play for him. Earl is seriously. Richard Sherman may have talked to him, but Earl probably, Rich, which one, man? No, Rich, I ain't nah, man. I got to play for the Cowboys. All
right.
That's the way it is. I think that conversation.
Here's another scenario. If not Earl Thomas, I would love to see the Honey Badger come to San Francisco, man.
Yeah. But, he didn't look that good last year. He was okay. He didn't look like the Honey Badgers I remember from 2-3 seasons ago. The one that picked off Cap every time Cap threw the ball up in the air that year. But we had Jimmy Tom Sula running things. Oh, man, he was like chewing gum out there. He was just sticking to everything we did. The year before last, he almost got into a fight with Trent Taylor because Trent Taylor was doing a number on him. Remember that year that Brian Hoyer was just zipping that ball into Trent Taylor because Trent Taylor was always open? I was kind of, Tyrod got mad and body slammed Trent on the sideline. Boy, I said, what? Frustration?
Oh, yeah. But I think if he came to to San Francisco, he got to play the Arizona Cardinals twice a year. I think that put a fire underneath his ass. You change the scenery. I think if he learned the scheme here, I think he'd flourish over here.
Yeah, he's not going to be a bad ball player for sure. You know what though? I do wonder, JT, the guys we got coming back next year, and look out, they haven't let Jimmy Ward go yet. I don't know what they're going to do with Jimmy Ward, but I believe they got plans on Jimmy competing for that job next year. He looked
what? I wouldn't mind
toward the end of the year last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if Jimmy stays either, but I'd kind of like to see either a Honey Badger or LaMarcus Joyner come in.
Yeah, Joyner. The only problem I have with LaMarcus is LaMarcus does create turnovers, though. I guess that would be the good thing about him. But don't look for LaMarcus to stop nobody coming downfield. So if we DK, he's that guy I'm talking about. If DK's coming down the field, LaMarcus is going to make a half-ass effort and dive at his shoes, but he's going to make sure his shoulders ain't in the way, just in case DK kicks up. So, Earl Thomas is one of the few safeties in the NFL. I don't care how big you are, Earl is coming after you. This is the thing people separate Earl Thomas from the rest of the over-the-top safeties in the NFL. Earl Thomas don't care how big he is. He's coming after you. I have to respect him for that. So, but we'll see. Hey, JT, tell you what, I'll see you Sunday, huh? Did we lose JT? JT? Oh, man. Hey, does anybody remember what that clown said in the movie It? I still freak. I don't know. So I don't know why I want to freak myself out. And only something when they what? It's. Ah. Whew. Got the remote. I know that clown's in here, man. The curtain. See if he's outside. See, that's why you don't watch certain movies. You don't watch in the darkness. You know another movie I couldn't handle? I could never watch. 1, 2, he's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. Freddy Krueger used to actually scare me. And I was a grown-ass man the first time I seen him. But the dude freaked me out, man. You know how helpless it is? You know how you like to sleep and you can't go to sleep because Freddy's going to get your ass as soon as you go to sleep? I wish I could put him in the dreams of Jared Goff. Jared Goff can't sleep before he plays for 49ers. We got somebody on the phone? Is that JT you talking about? Yeah, JT, you still there? Yeah, JT, we got to go. JT, can you hear me? JT, I see you Sunday, fam. All right. We got bad connection. There he is. All right. Oh, something about they float. Yeah, what is that? He said something when they float. JT's gone. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rod, better this. They all float down here. Because you really kept looking down that gutter. That stuff works me. I love watching those movies, but then I can't take it. What's the movie with that dude with all the nails in his face? What was it? The what? Oh, God. See, that freaked me out, too. Something, wasn't Punisher. What was that movie? Yeah, I can't watch that either. I watch it. I insist on watching it, but I'm sitting there going, oh, man, I can't take it. And also, The Ring, that Japanese movie, also scary. Oh, what was it? What was the one with the four? Oh, somebody tell me what is the name of that movie? It's got, especially with the dude with all the nails in his face. Those guys they have these incredible powers. Anyway, I know somebody knows the name of that movie, guys. Give me that movie because I ain't going to be able to sleep. Actually, I can go find it. Just type into Google, movie with creature with nails all over his body. What do we got here? Jeff Tan. Hey, Hellraiser, yes! Hellraiser 1, 2, 3. Hellraiser worked me too, man. I got Hellraiser, man. The way they used to take people apart was kind of just, ow! Jeff Tan says, can you convince John Lynch to move a training camp to a harder location like Stockton or somewhere else where the players can get a real training camp? Yeah, that might be a good idea. Because I wonder what goes into what they're thinking. They like to be at the facility where everybody's got their locker and that type of thing, I imagine. So it probably has something to do with it. The Salazar wants to shout out to all the Niner Empire. Salazar, 49ers. Scotty McKnight said, what up, Niner Empire? Daryl Ray Jr. Pettis is going to ball out next year as prime time says. If you ball, you get the call. Boy, can you see Dante having a great game? Hey, Dante, what's going on, player? You know how I go? You know how we do? If you ball, you get the call tonight. You balled. Man, tell me some of them secrets, man. How you do that thing you do, man? I wish I could have played against you. You'd have been the biggest challenge I'd ever had. You know what I'm saying? Because I see you, I see the defensive back. I be tripping like, I wonder if I could have stayed with him on that move. And you see Dante, you know how he talks. Nah, Dion, you. Man, I don't think I could have. I mean, you. Come on, man. You're a Hall of Famer, man. What I do is I'm getting away right now because I guess they don't know me that well. Dante's really kind of a humble kid, I can tell, Hey, fam, I'm going to go ahead and stop because I'm getting crazy. You start talking about scary movies and stuff like that. When you watch some kind of scary movies, as long as I got my pizza and my beverage over here, I can take it, But they all float down here. And Freddy Krueger he's got people like flying up on the ceiling. You see them cut marks going through him. Then he slams them down on the ground. Another thing I could never handle too well either is The Exorcist. That little girl started talking crazy, man. Yeah, I know. The Exorcist is the only movie that I consider to be scary. Don't let you know what I'm talking about. The room, the priest walking up the stairway. They always put him upstairs. Priest is walking up the stairway. Boom, boom, boom. The flight of stairs are going forever. Boom, boom, boom. The room is just rocking. And you hear the little girl talking about, your mother wants to. Priest walks in. The head's backwards. The hell do you want? Oh, my God. Oh, what happened to that child? Oh. It's not a movie review show, as my producers are pointing out to me. Okay. I was just tripping out. Fam, hey, I'll see you Sunday on better, more pleasant subjects like football and the 49ers. Have a great Saturday. I look for you Sunday. We're going to get in. Deandra's going to have her rundown of free agents and the draft. And afterward, we'll get together again and say, 1, 2, it's... Fam, please, don't forget to hit that like. She's coming for you. I'll see you Sunday, fam. Niners! They all float down here.